Hello, welcome back to the Metropole Grid. Apparently the button that meets the microphone doesn't work. It's just gonna be an exclamation mark. Thanks, I've got it. How's everyone going? It is the 4th of July. Sanjay, dang, this music, intro music is sweet. It's sick. Yeah, glad you like it. Actually did some research to find a bit more that I have to add into the library. So we'll be hearing that soon. Welcome, it's the 4th of July. In Canada, we celebrate Canada Day on Monday. Now this is America's Day, and that actually scares me. Not because of independence, which is cool, but because there's just not a lot of people playing. It's right now like 5 games in JNet, so like, it's gonna be hard. That's some intro music. How's it going, Whites Man in Argentina? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully your Thursday's going well. If you're in America, probably have this day off. Maybe you take tomorrow off as well. Maybe right now you're getting ready for that barbecue. Might be too late for the barbecue. Maybe you're doing explosives. Maybe you're doing the fireworks. I don't know, not here. Just another day and Thursday in Canada, but there's not a lot of people playing online, so it's gonna be an issue. We'll figure it out. The VOD, if you're watching the VOD, how's it going? How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully your week's been good. It is hella hot today. It went up to 40 degrees Celsius, which I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's disgustingly high. Hey Maddie, how you doing? So I actually have the air conditioning going on in the back. Oh, check this out. This is intimate, isn't it? Sup? The air conditioner's on right back there, and you can't hear it, I don't think, in recording. If you can, I'm sorry. There's no way around it. It's just gonna be way too loud with that, way too hot without it. Pat was also meant to be here, but Pat's not here. Pat's feeling a bit under weather. Apparently that transition is gonna play when we change scenes. He's feeling a bit under weather and knew it was gonna be hot as hell in here, so I decided just to like maybe postpone to next week. So Pat will be back sometime soon, we hope. Sanjay said I was reading an anthology of philosophy articles on the first, and one of them was kind of inane and pretty racist. I gave them pass since they were Canadian. It was Canada. Who was that? Is it like a modern Canadian philosopher? I don't actually know any Canadian philosophers. I don't think. Not off by heart. Can't hear it. Oh, perfect. So tonight, this is the deck list of the week. We actually did play this once before. It is 3rd in Austin Regionals. I think it was only like 10 to 11 people, but it did do well. I played this deck, I think, last Thursday because we played the previous deck of the week. I think we're just going to jam a game with it anyways. It's a straight up an Apocalypse deck. It has En Passant, which is cute. It's more ice destruction, which might not be necessary if you're apocalypsing them anyways. We have Prey, which I didn't use really well. I don't feel like I played the deck really well last time we played it. I just I didn't install things. There's no chop bot because apparently that's a crutch. So it's basically just get things and destroy them. It has a really slow like 3-click combo, 4-click combo, 5-click combo of consume, assimilator, and all that sort of stuff after you apocalypse them, which can be really good money. But this deck doesn't really have a way to use money anyway, so I don't fully get it. That's sort of the problem that we have a lot of the times when it comes to, and I've been seeing a lot of times when it comes to like weird jank decks, and people use the term jank, I don't mean it in like a negative way, is that I always get really frustrated with them because if I want to build an Apocalypse deck, I think the easier way to do an Apocalypse deck is either in Criminal or Anarch. I just don't think there's a reason to play competitively Apex. It's really cool that this did well, but I gotta like bite my tongue a bit because this one sometimes it doesn't work. I remember last time we played, it's like against hard-hitting news, you have no chance, and we're clicking for a lot of credits, clicking for a lot of card draw. Chop button is a crutch. We have it here, so we can just jump straight in. And there's only, again, like 5 games tonight. If you want to jump in, anyone in chat, we'll play. It'll be fun. We might just be idling in lobby, and there's not a lot to talk about. Oh, fantastic. How's it going, Jim? Just some Canadian philosophy prop teaching, treating Asia like it's one place. Oh, fuck. That's great. Asia's all the same. They speak Asian there. Yikers. All right, Paulina. So Paulina has good ice. A lot of the ice that Endless Hunger can't deal with. Not a lot of end the runs. A lot of net damage too, which can be an issue if you need to access the centrals to get an Apocalypse off. We do have the Apocalypse. We have an En Passant. A build script is a bit of card draw. We have the early Amakua. I think this hand is definitely keepable. I think all he wants is DDoS, and there's a big chance that Jim is on like Embolus. Border Control's an issue too if they're playing Glacier. That might be a bit rushier. We'll see how this goes. But we have to watch out because like DNA Tracker is huge strength. Our Amaku is not going to get up to size. I think we have no way in the deck whatsoever to deal with Anansi. Whatsoever. I think Wasteland. No, that doesn't even work, right? Because it's not on encounter. Does the name we're playing Noise today? We're not playing Noise because Noise is not in the standard card pool, but we're playing a deck that's sort of like Noise Pawn Shops. Or we're going to build one like the old Noise decks. I don't want to install something face down. I feel like our cards matter. It's install credit again. If there's an Anansi on HQ, I don't think we have any way through it. Like, I literally don't think we have a way through it besides an Amaku at like 5 tokens. Is an Anansi 5 or 6? I feel like it's 5. DNA is 6, right? Second card face down? No, thank you. We could run it. If they don't res Anansi, we could en passant it, but I think we're just going to go. We have the Amakuo. We'll just go in for a single. Best case scenario, we steal a Nisei Mark 2 here, or Trash Rashida. Worst case, hedge fund's not great. And we drew once, which gave them a credit. Yeah, I want to play. We've been talking about building a Nihilus deck for a long time, and I think we're finally going to do it. So that's going to be pretty good. Oh, the auto scroll is still broken on JNet, so we're going to have to remember to keep scrolling this thing down. Otherwise, neither you or I are going to follow what's going on, which that's unfortunate. Jamming for the remote. That's really good for us, because now single DDoS can get into the apocalypse zone, and I really like that. It's also a good way to get our turtle up. I don't want to risk the en passant here. We're not going to install something face down. We could draw first. I don't see a real reason to. We don't have dirty laundry or anything that benefits off successful runs. So I think we're going to run RD and see how our turn goes from there. That's an Aiki. Again, a really annoying ice. We could just run this 3 times and then they probably purge. I kind of like running at least once more so we can break the Aiki that's coming up. And then we'll draw twice. Actually, that feels kind of like a bummer too. If we draw once, we give them money. It looks like they want to jam. Putting pressure on here would be good. I think we're just going to run R&D twice more so we have enough tokens to face check into some of the bigger ice. If they purge here, we'll just run R&D 4 times, I guess. Not having that chop bot draw really slows us down. We have literally no card draw on this deck besides, I think, 3 copies of Build Script, 3 copies of Deuces Wild. That's all the card draw we have, which is a bit... like, we're going to be clicking to draw a hell of a lot. How's it going, Mad Dog? Happy 4th. I don't know if you're in America. They did ice up R&D. We're going to be playing some Nihilus decks today. Hopefully something that's similar to a Noise deck. I'm assuming this is Aiki. We'll still run it. If it's a DNA, DNA is 6 strength, right? That's the only worst case. Okay, so we'll break that for 2. And we can pay 1 credit to draw 2 cards, which is pretty good. Our economy doesn't matter that much. We generally need 6 credits to DDoS en passant. This is up 2, which is annoying, so we can't DDoS. This actually might be a mistake. All right, and we have a consume, and we have a reboot. And reboot lets us run archives on the apocalypse turn without hitting Breach Dome. That's a fetal. I guess we're going to steal that. That's not a usual card. We lost a consume and en passant, not the best cards in the matchup. We could consider running HQ here, but we don't have enough credits to break a Nancy or DNA Tracker. I think is DNA Tracker 6 strength? How do I not know this? I think it is 6 strength, right? Yeah. So we get punished heavily by that. For what it's worth, we get punished by other stuff too. Like, there's very few things we can break. Sorry. No, we need to click anyways because we can't get through a Nancy, is what I'm trying to say. I think we're going to run HQ here. They're really jamming for the remote server, so I'm assuming putting some pressure on would be good. With 16 credits, they spend 8 on 1 ice, and they iced up HQ first turn. I'm assuming also they're on Obokata, and hitting an Obokata would be pretty good there. Also, there's a chance if we run here and they don't res, we could apocalypse them, but this makes it a lot harder. This is good to put face down for Prey. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we might just want to wait for a DDoS. It's 2 in... something. Oh, actually, this helps a fair bit, and so does Deuces Wild. If we put this down, it's our money, which sucks. I think we start putting things face down just so we can get through Heartbeat. It's another way, actually, to not die or lose your Apocalypse when you're accessing Centrals. I always forget about this card. I feel like we might need the money. I think they're going to purge this turn, which is really unfortunate. We don't have enough clicks. That sucks. I think they're going to purge, and then we're going to be locked out. I'm pretty sure Jim purges here. We probably should run HQ. Like 5 starting on Amakua. I'm sure we only have 3 credits, but they can't jam to the remote too easily. Again, worst case is DNA Tracker here. Oh, they don't purge. That's awesome. So there's a small chance we can Apocalypse here. It's really low. Actually, it's nigh impossible. We can we'll install this one face down. So first, I think we want the money. We can expose what this is. It gives a counter. So we know, what do we know it is? It's a DNA Tracker. Wow, so we have exactly 6 counters. So we can run HQ. If they don't res it, we will en passant it. I think they do res it. The worst case by far here, they might not res it actually. We don't have enough credits or cards to steal Obokata, so they might not res it. But if they do res this here, the DDoS is pretty bad. So we are going to en passant this. Fuck, never mind. Alright, we have a 1 in 3 of keeping the en passant. We don't, and we lost Apocalypse. That's so bad. Oh, fuck me, that's so bad. Tag doesn't matter. But that's just absolutely the worst. So we lost our Apocalypse. We lost the way to trash this ice, which would have been so good. I think they didn't have an Obokata in there. It looks like they have a much spicier deck. I think they purged this turn. We're going to use this to draw at least. Because we really need to get our, to get that threat up. Oh, we do have Dirty Laundry. Wow, excuse me. Guess it makes sense to put all the neutral cards in. I'd expect a purge right here. But like, we just don't have enough economy. If they ice up every Centrals and we don't wait for the 2 DDoS, I don't know how we're gonna win. We just need a DDoS. Oh, they're not even purging yet. I think we do install something face down every turn, and we know we're not gonna be able to pray. This is 3 cards. We'd rather just be able to prevent damage with Heartbeat. Because if we run HQ or R&D and hit a snare or a fetal, we're never gonna be able to Apocalypse. Wow, highlights the ninja in their name. That's really cool. Okay, so now we really need a DDoS. We'll install the Prey face down. So we're just gonna keep drawing, giving them money. None of these cards really could we play. We have the Apocalypse. This might be just a Rashida. So we know this is 3 credits. This is again 3 credits, and then we need some amount of money this first, and we need like Apocalypse credits. Like we're just gonna be clicking for credits a heck of a lot. Like no matter what, this is a 3 credit, this is a 3 credit, this is a 3 credit, and we just don't have enough money. So like to start, we could Dirty Laundry HQ, and that will give us basically the money we need to Dirty Laundry here, but we don't know what this is. So it depends on whether or not they purge this turn. Obviously, we're hoping that they don't. Let's cycle the lights. That's better. Today I also got my favorite beer. Found another one of these. They're kind of hard to find. That's a purge. All right, so we have no way of interacting with them outside of DDoS now, because we have no way to get through an Anansi or a 6-turn DNA tracker. This is a lamb's wool, which is like made out of apple juice and cinnamon and yarrow, and it's kind of amazing. Luckily, they're not doing anything. We just need to draw for the DDoS. Crowdfunding's pretty good. We do have the DDoS, but we are tagged. So the turn that we install it, that we want to pop off, we're going to have to clear the tag. So that's, again, another 3 credits, another 3 credits. We have to break this. Actually, we don't. We can Apocalypse them. There's a big chance we Apocalypse them here. Install advance, though. We do have to watch out for Biovault. There's a chance we could pop off right now. Actually, I think we're going to Apocalypse them. We're going to lose the crowdfunding, unfortunately. I think they get Apocalypsed here. If there's a Breach Dome, we could want this card. Cost 1. I don't think we're going to do it. Alright, so what do we have to do? So oh no, we don't have the DDoS on table, so we can't get Apocalypse. We have to install it and then go off. So I think we just need to draw, get money. We could wait a turn because this doesn't get wiped face down, because then it's impossible to flip it unless we like spend 5 credits and 2 clicks. It's like a 3 credit play, which seems pretty bad. We actually don't need any more cards. Oh, okay, well that's fine. All right, we might be able to pull this off. They're forked here. If they score, we Apocalypse them. Fuck, this beer is good. Oh man, it's like apple juicy. It's really nice. And that's kind of the problem I have, is like we could play all the best cards into an Anarch deck. Alright, it looks like they are advancing. Advance. So that's a Nisei token. We're a bad spot. Hopefully it's the Obokata. Yeah, that was in hand. That's probably why they didn't res. Gotta lean in Heartbeat more, my dude. How's it going, user count? I think totally we are. That's why we have all these cards. Like, we're gonna Heartbeat away the crowdfunding. I think we want all these cards because we need the money. But like, we're gonna everything is gonna flip down, so we'll just Heartbeat stuff away. So I think we're gonna Apocalypse now. I honestly don't know if we Dirty Laundry. We actually don't really need the money. We might have actually wanted to install Dirty Laundry face down. Rashida, do we trash that? I think we do. We can Dirty Laundry Archives. I feel like we don't actually need to. We can run through this and prevent the damage. We'll trash the crowdfunding and we'll trash whatever. We can draw 2 cards off here. We might actually want to run this one first. I don't think it's going to matter. They can't res here. Breachstone would be a problem, but we just trash things. It was another snare and a sandstorm. Sandstorm is actually a card that I don't know how they threw this thing out, because like we can't deal with it and it will stop an apocalypse. It looks like we do have the apocalypse, depending on the top card of the deck actually. So this one we're going to play they're going to fire all the subroutines, right? Let's give them a credit. Oh, they paid 1. Very cute. Could have paid 0. So then we'll let all the subroutines fire and we'll just prevent the damage by trashing things. And this will reinstall. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. We're definitely going to prevent the damage. If we hit a snare here, we're also fine. It is a snare! We'll just trash our whole board. It's totally fine if we hit a snare here. I'd rather have this. And we'll trash the snare. We do have a tag. Whatever. Didn't steal an agenda, so we don't die to punitive or anything. And alright, we have a chance here. They are on Obokata. Looks like they're on damage agendas. I'm assuming they're on Philotic. There's a small chance they're not on Nisei. Seems unlikely. But now we actually have to be careful, and I think that's a 3rd snare, so we can access relatively easily as long as we have enough for Fido, which is only 2 credits and 2 cards. We trashed 1 Rashida. I forget how many of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are ice. 1 was an upgrade. Don't know what that is, assuming it's another Rashida. So we'll start drawing up here. I like these cards. I don't know if we need the money. We might not actually need to do this dirty laundry. Oh, that's an Issei. That's good. We're now on game point. We could run, but we won't win because we can't steal Nobokata, so there's almost no way that we're going to win there. And we'll just install this face down for prey. Oh, it's a Maryland. It's a slow card. It's good to see. And 6 credits. They can't res any of their big punching ice. Now they can. I don't think interdiction's going to matter that much unless they put upgrades on central servers, and then they can pre-res it. They know we have this. So now we can steal the Obokata. I don't actually know if the dirty laundry money matters. We still haven't seen a breach dome. We have 1 apocalypse in our hand, the last one. House of Knives, that's good. We can run again. And then the last card that we have that matters, and Geofront will trash that. The last card that we have that matters, or if we have 1 more DDoS and 2 heartbeats. Wow, they have a lot of advanceables. We're 1 DDoS away from Apocalypse. We will have to shake the tag, unfortunately. Sorry for the chat not keeping up. Seeing you face down my reboots makes me cry a little, not gonna lie. Oh hey, it's your deck, huh? I see why you need it, and maybe that we need it for prey. Is this you? Oh hey, that's awesome. Congrats on the finish. They have all the money. Yeah, I see why Reboot's a good card. We had to face down something there, but I felt like we didn't have the money. The good thing about Reboot specifically is it's good targets for prey. The thing is like Endless Hunger. I'm actually sure that this deck might not even have any end to run subroutines. I feel like we can just face down that. Oh, that's really good, but we'll have to clear the tag. And we can make 3 runs here. I really don't know if we need the Dirty Laundry money. Ah, fuck it, we might. If we lose a DDoS though, or this Apocalypse, we're in a really bad spot. That's an Anansi. Alright, so that's one of the ones that we can't deal with. So I think we're just gonna shake the tag. We could run twice more to get a single crowdfunding back, but that's not actually that important. So this means they have to double ice up something, probably HQ. And we drew this turn. Oh no. Yeah, we drew it this turn, so we can draw again. And we do have the prey. And we put 5 face down cards, it's just cool for prey. If we hadn't, like we really need an Amakua here, but we only have 1 more because 2 of them are down here, and we have no recursion besides like reboot into like the thing that flips things over. That's really expensive. That's the only reason we need money is actually to install that 5 credit card. Jim drawing heavily. Reboot simulator, yeah, those are the ones. Yeah, that's really heavy and slow though. That's like a 5 to 6 clicks, let alone. Holy shit, it's hard. I don't think there's anything in archives. The problem is as soon as we DDoS, like as soon as we DDoS, we need Apocalypse. I don't know if this is enough ice for us to pop off on, but as soon as they double ice, it's a problem because then the Nazi can easily be on the innermost, and we have no way to deal with that besides the last Amakua, and then yeah, you see. So like I don't know if we're ever gonna Apocalypse them now. So like I think we just contest a remote or something. I feel like we do reboot here. That's good. That means we can get through to Nancy. Yeah, I think reboot. This seems good. So this lets us install 5 face down cards. Technically, which cards we pick matters because we can't flip them over. This that replaces access cards. This is the newest card I think for Apex. So we can put 5 cards face down. So we want to put the cards that we can flip over. So we're gonna put the 2 Amakuas so we can flip this over if we get to it. What else do we want to be able to flip over? DDoS flipping over is not bad. Consume doesn't really do much. I don't know if there's anything else we really need to flip over. Events really don't matter. And we definitely don't want to do the crowdfunding. So what? That's 3. So I might as well just do the other 2 installables. Fuck it, we'll do 1 heartbeat. That's always an option in theory. I don't know how you lose our heartbeat, and we'll do 1 consume. Alright, and we have a lot of hit points now. We can actually tank a shit ton of damage. So we could probably still DDoS into Apocalypse. Ender runs would be on... I don't know what sort of ice they would have that would actually have hard ender runs. Maybe Eli. IP block, we can trace through it. They have 23 credits. We probably can't trace through it. A card in server 2. We've only seen 1 Rashida. Easily could be Rashida again. We don't know what defensible upgrade they're on. I feel like we have enough things installed face down. See Kakugo from time to time out of Pollen. Oh yeah, there could be Kakugo. Maybe even Envelope. I feel like a lot of less people played Kakugo in Glacier, but this seems to be like a damage deck. I'd assume Kakugo is in it. Alright, they have credits, so it doesn't really matter when we draw. We do have the Endless Hunger. That's cool. That gets through the end of the runs. So that will get through the Kakugo. I think that's definitely worth installing. And then we could do Credit Hedge Fund, and then we actually would threaten an Apocalypse next turn. Let's see what happens here. It also, we could watch out, like this could, ooh, it looks like it is the Philotic Entanglement, which will wipe out our whole hand. So we gotta prevent this damage. So we'll do the events first. We want the last Apocalypse for sure. That's really gross. Fuck, we could have DDoSed the remote. Alright, well we're gonna start install facing cards face down. I feel like we won't actually use the praise. So Anansi is 4 damage. And we only have to break through 1 thing, so it just depends what this is. So I think we actually will just Apocalypse here, but if we fail, I don't feel like we need to. They could push for a remote, whatever. We still have a couple cards left. We have the Simulator. What does the Simulator flip over? Amakua. It's like so slow and so expensive. We do have an Amakua, but we'll get that down after we Apocalypse. So we'll Apocalypse next turn. For what it's worth, there's some cool plays you can do with DDoS and En Passant, but we lost our En Passant, so we can't recur those. Yeah, DDoS En Passant could be really mean. It's like a mini Apocalypse on a targeted server. Like all the stuff we could play in Anarch, I think like we'd be way better off. I think the only good thing that that this whole deck has going for it is Heartbeat, and then the reboot to feel the Heartbeat. I think everything else you could do better in Anarch. All right, gotta get through a couple of Nancies. At least they're icing this up so heavily, so as soon as they advance a card in a remote server, we can just go for it. For what it's worth, any turn that we don't run, in theory, Shipment from Tenon could come out. So probably the only Philotic out of the game. Oh, sorry, the only 3-2. I don't think they're on Yahyudas. I really don't think we're going to use the Prey anytime soon. So DNA Tracker, that's 3 damage. Nancy's 4 damage. I think we actually can go off. Alternate is to start pressuring remote, but Prey and Impasse are almost gone at this point. It's a bit harder. Yeah, I could see we could tear this remote down. Those for watching on YouTube, we have the user, the creator of this deck in Twitch chat. I think we just want to pop off here. There's a small chance it doesn't happen, but we can even trash like all these stuff. It's like unlikely, whatever. We'll go R&D first. This is the one that's going to use the most cards. So they can't res that one. One of these is the Nazi for sure. And the subroutines are going to fire, so they can arrange what's on the top of R&D, so they can put a snare on top. That's a DNA tracker. Oh, I didn't do the math right, but that's going to be 6 credits. It still gives us 4 for the Apocalypse. So this is an issue. Well, it's not an issue because we still have the exactly enough money, but like I forgot that this will take money off of us. We can't stop this. Prevent any of the damage. Yeah, we're going to want to. I don't know if these are separate instances. Ah, fuck, they're not. I fucked the timing up. This sucks because I have to reinstall them. I'll just decrement 4. Oh, they didn't. All good. Alright, well, whatever, they did it. Alright, so this is another DNA tracker. We're in a bad spot. One at a time. Yeah. Alright, so this is gonna fire. This is fine. We can prevent 4 net damage. And then it just depends what's in archives. So we can prevent 2 breach domes. Actually, snare on HQ matters as well. Best thing is that they're spending 16 credits here and a lot of ice, and they might just get everything trashed right now. They can rearrange the top, so they can put a snare at top. That's going to be an issue. We have no replacement effect here. Snares are all gone. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. So breach dome on the top could be a thing, but whatever. This also lets them put ice on the top. It helps them recover from the apocalypse. Yeah, all 3 snares are in the bin. That's good. Alright, so they rearrange the top 5. They get to draw 1. We can pay 2 to draw 1. We're not going to because then we can't afford our sweet apocalypse. So we can prevent 1 damage and prevent 3 more. We could actually go into 1 and 4 on the 1 damage. Obviously, if it hits, we probably lose the game. But we could... I guess we can just do it later, right? How's it going, Terrence? Goof 'em up. Happy 4th, or happy Canada Day. Belated. More accurately. How's it going? Not much more ice left? Yeah, I would surprise. We haven't seen any Kakugos. I assume there's 2 more Aiki. I don't know what they put in the remote. Maybe they're end their runs. Maybe there are border controls, but I think they'd want them here. That's an Aiki. Okay, that's good. So we're going to run HQ. Have a small chance hitting a breach dome here we can prevent, and then maybe 2 breach domes in archives could be an issue. That's a celebrity gift. Alright. Oh, wow. Holy fuck. They have border controls and they're not on R&D or Central. That feels so good. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the data loop, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 ice. That's a shit ton of ice. We're going to get our single crowdfunding back. Kaboom is correct. I don't know how much more ice they have. We have 12 cards left. We have a heartbeat in hand. Apathy, how's it going? Happy Blade Canada and Current America Day. Hey, happy 4th of July, Apathy. How's it going? You celebrating today? Today here is just hot as shit and there's no celebration. They barely celebrate Canada Day in Montreal. It's more moving day. Jim, drawn up. We don't know what that was in the remote. Unlikely to be an agenda. I think actually it's probably a Rashida. Could easily be a Maryland too. We haven't seen this come back. And icing up HQ. I'm assuming that there's something in there. We could flip over. We didn't pay attention to what we binned. Fuck, we should have actually binned the console because we would considered assimilating the Amakua if we had it, but we do have an Amakua in hand. I feel like we want all these cards. So I think we draw once. Oh, we build script, I guess. We could put the Amakua down, run R&D. If we do that, we can't steal Fetal. I don't know what their agenda density is, like what their agenda suite is. I think we just want to run R&D, run server 3. I'm assuming this is a Maryland. There's a chance there's an archive in there. Kinchin, how's it going? We Apex? Yeah, we Apex. Alright, well, I think we'll just go back one more time. This is maybe a Rashida, but I think it's a Maryland. Oh, that's a Maryland. Ooh, it's gonna be hard to close the game off. We celebrate every day around here. But today we went to the beach. How warm is it? Can you swim? What is this? What is this? Do we run this? What is that? Maybe NGO? It could be. That'd be the final NGO. We know there's a celebrity gift in hand. I guess we have to just like draw run it. There's a chance that it is a small chance that it is what's his face? The Ronin on top of an Obokata. Yeah, Musashi Obo. Terrence is saying in chat. How's it going, Vincent? Put the heartbeat down and run? Yeah, we could. I think we might want to. The thing is like Obokata and Ronin are both. If that's a play, we do draw, run. Oh, that's actually a really good combo. Hopefully we don't lose it here. But this actually beats Obokata into Ronin. What's his name? Musashi. I don't know what this is. I'm assuming it's an NGO on top of some shit, some upgrade. It was over 30 of you Canadian degrees. I didn't swim, but took my 9-month-old son to dip his feet in water and play in the sand. That sounds pleasant. Sounds very pleasant. And then instead of discarding, if we have an extra click, we'll just install the heartbeat and then play it safe. We are running out of hit points. Luckily, the reboot really reboots those hit points. It was just the best. That sounds lovely. Jim, we want that access. What's up, my dude? 9 cards left in R&D. It's gonna be hard to make a scoring remote, even though we have nothing besides a single Amaku and no money to fund it. Hey. Do we DC? Doesn't look like it. Will we ever know what's in this remote? Don't need breakers, they don't have ice. Totally. And I think it's an Ike on HQ if... Maybe it was a cool like ruse where they put the Ike on top and then like plonk down like a DNA tracker or like a... I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's a bad one. Cortex log would actually be pretty bad. Oh fuck. I poured this like a ding dong. My mouse ran out of battery. How's it going, Jim? Alright. Do you got more batteries? Or are you done? Are you cooked? What are we drinking this evening? We got this old favorite, the Lamb's Wool, which is like an apple juice based beer with like cinnamon in it. It's lovely. It's kind of the best. We found like the last one at the Metro. Jim is in Twitch chat for those watching on YouTube. Just said my mouse ran out of battery. I don't know if he has more battery. It is Ben Musashi. It looks like we might have called it correctly. We have exactly 6 cards in hand. So we can steal Obokata. That's 6 damage. And that is the game. Good game. So hey, we called that. That was a play. We could always draw, run it. Like we had enough clicks. And wow, that's... Admittedly, I thought that was going to be a lot worse of a matchup. But Heartbeat is kind of magical. Yeah, Heartbeat's like really magical. It kind of deals with all that net damage ice that technically Endless Hunger can't deal with. But like you saw in this matchup, all we needed largely was Heartbeat and nothing else. Like I don't think we actually used Amakua in any reasonable way. We really didn't use it much. I think we used it to break an IK, which we could have Heartbeated through in theory. But that's actually really cool. I thought that'd be a lot worse. I'm a farmhouse ale with honey myself, the Mayflower Waggle Dance. It's a great name. I love Heartbeat. Heartbeat's cool. I think Grounds of Heartbeat is so very good. They're very, very good. And for those who don't know, Heartbeat was like the sick include in a deck list that got second at Worlds 2 years ago, like a Shaper deck list. Everybody was worried about like these damage decks that could kill you out of nowhere. And then Gregory Tung, I believe his name was, just spent 3 influence to put this in a Haley deck list. And it's like the coolest thing. Professional. That was Chris Dyer. No, that was Gregory Tung. Think of it like Crim bypass Apocalypse deck less than Enric. Yeah, but that's the problem, right? Like, I know I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I've said this before. It's like I feel like every other faction just has better tools at the Apocalypse thing, besides obviously Apocalypse. Like Inside Job, Spearfishing, all that shit's nuts. DDoS is nuts. Even like Sneak Door Beta is crazy. Like there's so many good ways to totally do it. Oh, totally. But I get mad stop points for doing it on the Noodle Boy. I agree. Yeah, this thing is cool. Also, the Apex Altar is like really solid. Feint into Apocalypse. Yeah, Feint is another one. It's really good. Dyer won that year. Tung was the one who got second with Heartbeat. Yeah, that was Chris Dyer's year. But yeah, that was Tung's Heartbeat Haley. The game was actually really bad. Like if you watched the game, it was like CI versus Gregory Tung, if I'm not mistaken. No, Chris wasn't playing CI. Was it Chris? Amaku did force purchase. How's it going, Rain? Yeah, I guess it did. I guess so. They didn't need to though. Right? That's what we determined. No, maybe they needed to. Um, but yeah, that deck list, it had like one. It had one copy of Scarcity, and it was played on like turn one, and or like turn two, and then fucking Gregory was just like not playing Netrunner. It's pretty bad. Got my heartbeat signed by tongue. Oh, that's awesome. I thought Heartbeat was a runner-up in the White Wilfie's world. Oh, was it Wilfie's? No, it was Wilfie's. It wasn't Chris Dyer, because Chris Dyer's like CTM, no? It was Wilfie. It was like the what's it called? The CI meta. Hey Wayne, how's it going? Hello. Yeah, it was Wilfie's year, 100%. Because I remember the final being CI with a single copy to Scarcity that's in that deck list, and it's played down in like the Aesop's pawn shop. Shaper just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether this camera is going to be worth doing. I don't know why we need to zoom in. Apparently I have this. This feels a bit vain. I don't feel like I like this, because now it's just you're watching my face. It's weird. We're going to go and jump back real quick. Like, that's how comfortable I got. I want to build a deck. The Apex deck list is cool. A lot of people are posting a regional deck list. I don't know what metas look like. We've seen a lot of Gagarin, a lot of Leela. That's largely it. And you're seeing the thing that like I also have found in a lot of my testing, playing like these really pseudo honest yellow Glacier decks. Let's just open this in Chrome. Where it's like, oh wow, this is a really cool Glacier deck, and it's like really great and all, but it just always loses to well-played Leela. Like I've always found that like Acme just loses to well-played Leela. Apparently people are saying like good Gizmari Glacier decks just lose to Leela. So, you know, it is what it is. So a lot of people are playing Gagarin, and we've seen actually a lot of different Gagarins. Some of them are more, I think, competitive than others, but there's like a lot of different ones. This one's going to be Asgars, who you might know as Tugtagut. This one's actually running bioethics. I totally forgot that Commercial Bankers Group is no longer restricted. And I actually think this one is really good. Hell yeah, full screen. I think this deck is actually really scary. The idea is bioethics really provokes you to run. There's some cheesy chances that they're going to kill you with the Urban Renewal into bioethics, and that's kind of gross. Versions previously you probably saw competitive Gagarin were running CU, and a lot of people in some competitive metas are actually teching for CU. I've seen deck lists where people are unironically running like Quanju PT just because there's very few ways to avoid tags. This is the only neutral way to avoid a tag on your turn, I think. Which is kind of crazy that people are playing this, and sometimes with like one copy of Adjusted Chronotype in shape in Anarch. But this goes on a different version. It just attacks through the damage. I think that's interesting. This also one wears Waldo, spends 5 influence on Chairman Hero, and wants to get that Urban Renewal. You res the Chairman Hero at right before end of turn, where you cheat it out at the advanced assembly line, and then you like kill them with Urban Renewal. If somehow they don't contest the Urban Renewal, which I assume they would. This one's funny. This one also doesn't have like, I think, Turtlebacks, which seems like a really big deal. CSR campaign is also sneaking into acid decks. It seems like a really good acid card. It basically does what you want it to do, and I think one copy of this is going to get in. I think none of the decks are running tech startup, which is kind of wild. But I think this is crazy. This is probably a good, really big deck to beat. I'm also seeing, if you just want to talk a bit about the competitive meta, more and more people playing Film Critic. Like I've been seeing Film Critic in Anarch, and even not in Criminal, just because a lot of people run crowdfunding. But I think Film Critic is honestly like a reasonable thing to play at this point. Probably one of these is no. These are probably both on crowdfunding, right? It'd be silly if they weren't. Yeah, crowdfunding is just kind of the reason to play Criminal. Anywho, the reason why we're here is we're gonna build a deck list, and holy shit, is it hot in this room? This is the Nihilus. It's the only like card. There's 3 cards named after old runner identities, not named after, but like kind of they have them on them. And this is the only one that we haven't tried. I think so far in our personal testing, Class Act, A+, the Artist, solid B-, solid A+ in limited formats like Draft and Sealed. Really good card there. I don't like getting constructed that much. And this is the Nihilus, which I don't know. The cool thing about the Nihilus is like it really, it's basically a card that brings back not only in some ways Noise, who's on it, and if you're not familiar, I don't know how far back we're going. Maybe some people didn't play back in the day. Noise was the virus ID in Anarch. It's the ID that did viruses. And it is, I'm glad it doesn't exist. It's kind of really rough, and it played a totally different game, and you needed a lot of ways to recur from archives, otherwise it felt bad. Jackson Howard, mind you, was around for a long time. But not only does it talk about Noise, but it also like talks about a Noise deck list and a certain Noise strategy. and maybe even wild side, right? So for those who don't know, quick history lesson. Generally, there were competitive noise deck lists in tournament play. I played noise at regionals, did all right with them, and these were like the pawn shop noise decks. And I'm just gonna pull some up so you see what they look like. The idea is that you crammed like 15 viruses into a deck, give or take. And you played Aesop's Pawn Shop, so you could sell those viruses and make 3 credits. And then you played Wild Side, which made you draw 2 cards a turn. So every turn you just do install after selling something for 3 credits. And that was it. You're good. Like this. Also, Faust was a good card. So you had 3 Aesop's Pawn Shop, you had the Wild Side, and that was good. You drew 2 cards, you got your click back with Adjust the Chronotype, you installed, and you had a really strong win condition, because not only did you have really good cards like Faust to run the remote, not only did you have the best like medium for R&D pressure if you really needed to, not only did you have cards like Clone Chip and Grimoire and Parasite with Data Sucker that you could contest R&D or any scoring remote. It had a lot of really strong ways to win, but at the end of the day, the strongest way to win was always the pressure of noise milling things into archives. That you couldn't just sit back, and you were actually forced to play the game and not ever be prepared enough, which is kind of crazy. Now, I feel like there's a lot of parts of this deck list, mostly the fact that we want to install viruses and the fact that we can draw 2 cards a turn that are present in the card Nihilus. But the biggest issue I'm having with Nihilus is that we don't have a strong win condition. I'm struggling to put this in a deck and have a really good win condition associated with it. That Ashley Madison had. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I don't know what this is. Kayak, I used to love noise. Noise ASA. I'm not sure what that exactly means. How's it going, Kayak? I really actually enjoyed playing noise. But that's the thing with this card. It's like worse than Wild Side. You don't lose a click, but every turn you install a virus program, you put 2 virus counters on this card as opposed to the virus. So as long as you're installing viruses, this gets virus counters. As a fairly aggressive runner, brief time with Moose. Oh yeah, cool, right? Blue Moose. Was that around the same time? And then you can remove 2 virus counters from any of your installed cards, and you can draw 2 cards unless the core trashes the top of cards of R&D. So that's a really bad thing about this card, is that it doesn't always fire. It gives the corp a choice, and if you're really far behind, they could just trash the top card of the centrals. If you're really far ahead this card, they probably won't. Maybe they do, I don't know. But giving the opponent a choice will mean you always get the worst outcome in any situation, and that makes this card a lot worse. 4 to install, not that terrible. Drawing 2 cards a turn, a pretty good deal. And it lets you use virus counters from anywhere, which is actually a really big deal. Because as long as you're playing like something tempo aggressive, and I don't even think you have to play cards like Plague, you can be drawing 2 cards a turn, and that's actually the beginning of a draw engine. And once Inject leaves, Anarch's draw engines in Anarch is something that don't actually presently exist really well outside of that card. So I think it's definitely worth looking into. So I have 2 ways to go from here, and we can probably test both of them, chat, but I'd like to hear what you think. In one of the deck lists, I think we can play Aesop's Pawn Shop, and I think we can play a shit ton of viruses, but we don't have a strong win condition. I want to try to figure out what that win condition could possibly be. Is it just having a good enough economy that you can play breakers and win? Is Aesop's Pawn Shop just a good enough economy? It might be. Other option is to find an alternate win condition. I don't know what those are. One of them could be actually really strong economy denial. And I was thinking actually playing the Nihilist for a while in Reina Roja, which sounds crazy because we're not getting any other virus synergy, but there's some cool reasons to do it. And that's because there's a lot of really cheap viruses that don't see a lot of play, that are just like not good enough to put in your deck. Please, why is this ad? Stop seeing this ad. Yeah, thank you. That like add up in a really annoying way. If you put this on R&D, you put this on HQ or a remote server, like if you put this on a remote server, that makes it really annoying. Yeah, their second ice costs 2 credits. They put a card in the remote. Like this sort of stuff adds up. Let alone there's other cards that this works well with. Cards like Lamprey, which is super, super strong. If they don't ice up HQ, this goes in. This can be really bad. You can lock them out. This also pairs well with some other strange and fun cards like Zotadai, which give you credits when they lose credits, which doesn't fire off of a lot of things, but I think maybe we could just install a lot of things and then spend a stupid amount of influence on like corporate grant. And we played decks like this before that ran corporate grant and fester and installed a lot of small viruses and kept the pressure up, and that became really difficult for the corps to deal with, just because if they purged, they lost credits. Every time you installed cards, they lost credits, you gain credits, and it could be really gross. It could be really, really gross. Coca-Cola, Andre, you need an ad blocker. How's it going, Coca-Cola? I really don't like ad blocker. I have an ad blocker, and NRDB makes me feel bad about it. Now I'm starting to think it's okay. Yeah, I generally don't run ad blockers just because a lot of these websites make money through this, like YouTube and all that sort of stuff. I'll watch their shitty ad. It doesn't really matter that much. You can say if the ad is shitty and they'll remove it, but like, whatever. They need money. The ads are not a big deal. Anyways, that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to look into like ridiculous virus synergy. The big thing is there's no more multi-axis. Is there any multi-axis that works off viruses? I think we have cards like Xer, which are like medium okay. This is the kind of card you'd want in the deck. But this gets trashed if the core purges, which is kind of bad. So it's not like really safe when it comes to pawn shop decks. The same thing happens with both Dewan, Lamprey, and Exotidai. They get trashed, so that's kind of pretty bad. Does this require Acacia to handle the purge? I don't think it does. Just because like I don't, a lot of these cards aren't going to have virus counters on them. Acacia is only about virus counters, and we're going to be using our virus counters to power the Nihilus. So like I don't feel like that's going to be really strong. I think Acacia feels better when it comes to cards like Incubator and like the Hive Mind or whatever it's called. Yeah, I think it's called Hive Mind, where you can do weird things where this will get big, but I don't know what we're threatening with this. Like in theory, we could play a deck that's like Hive Mind and then like Amakua, and that could be like a cool deck. I don't know. It's just that we don't have that pressure from, we can't run a single breaker like you could back in the day, and we don't have the archive pressure, so I don't know how to close the game off. Like, I feel like we're just going to try and win off singles and turntable, which probably isn't good enough, but we'll try it. This new ad for Canada's most important mattress might help ad blocking scum like me sleep better at night. Yeah, anything you see on the stream, if you buy it, I get a cut, so just go ahead and, leggings, 2 for $24. That's a $99 value, you know. Have you played much of Chisel? No, I haven't. Hive Mind actually probably would be fun with not only cards like Chisel, but what's the one before it? Tripano? I haven't played with Chisel at all, and I feel like we would. Like, we would put this in the deck and be like, this is Parasite. Shikana Hive Mind, pretty fun. How's it going, Stolem? Yeah, that's actually the, if you search up just like we did, the deck lists, the top noise deck list is called like Can of Whoop Ass, and that's the Hive Mind Shikana thing. And like, I remember playing against that at Store Championship. I got knocked out in Store Championship because of this deck specifically. Actually, Alex Loper, who's like Canadian national champion, was playing it, and it's like, it's fucking gross. It's really stupid. But like, this is not a win condition. This Shikana and all that stuff is only good because you had noise as pressure in archives. Like, you could sit back with Shikana, we'd still be like really shit at running the remote, and we are. I guess we used to have Darwin. We don't even have Darwin anymore. Like, what are the good AI breakers or virus breakers? I don't think they exist. But yeah, Hive Mind's a cool card. Is it VBG too? Is that Aesop's? Oh, only 2 of. Grimoire also doesn't exist. A lot of the virus cards now also do work well with running, and that's a really big thing when it comes to the Nihilus. It's like you can just run. Like, you run, you get a Data Sucker counter, you get a Yusuf counter, and like you just can run and have an aggressive deck. Like, we could take the Freedom deck list that won Euros or whatever and just try and put the Nihilist in it and be like, wow, we made a new deck, and it probably isn't the worst. Like, we're actually seeing Freedom decks that are running Earthrise Hotel. You could just swap this out. The problem is like you're cannibalizing the counters you need, but it might work. We have Turtle, but Turtle doesn't gain. We'd have to do Hive Mind Turtle. Actually, Hive Mind Turtle seems really stupid. But how do we get the tokens on Hive Mind? I guess it's Virus Breeding Ground. Holy fuck, this is gonna be janky. And like, we're not gonna run a lot. I think we have to do like Incubator, Hive Mind, and we don't have Jin anymore, so you can't actually tutor viruses unless you do like Crypt, which we're not gonna do Crypt. I hope I don't have to explain myself on that. We're not gonna do Crypt. Trupano also works really well with Hive Mind. Better than Chisel. Actually, does Chisel work? Yeah, Chisel works with Hive Mind, right? Has anybody tried Hive Mind as of late? Is Hive Mind good? When counter house dice, if its strength is 0 or less. Yeah, this should work. So as long as you have like a lot on Hive Mind, it should be good. You can capitalize on the R&D trash with Friday Chip. What R&D trash? Oh, from the Nihilist? It depends. I don't think we can. The Corp trash is the top card, so it doesn't work. You have to pay attention to who's doing the trashing. If you're talking about the Nihilist. Because this is when we trash. Whenever you trash a corp card, the Nihilist is the corp trashes it. Do a cripple glut cyber deck. Okay. Okay, slow down there. Oy. We played Glut Cyber before and it's cost us games. It's like a really funny card, but like we're already trying to make like stretching something pretty. Well, like we're trying to do is something kind of difficult here, and then we don't want to put another thing in it. Anyways, that was a good idea. But yeah, unfortunately the corp's doing the trashing, so there's no synergies. Okay, so step one is to build a deck that's almost card for card this, and I'm relying on chat because I'm going to be focusing on modernizing this to like push forward the ideas of cards that we could play that could fit this archetype. But like we can play this card for card, just about. Oh, also like Cyber Feeder's not the worst, right? So let's try and build this card for card and see how it goes. We're going to do this by making 2 windows. Well, this is elegant. Wow, look at us go. Fuck. All right, that kind of worked. So if there's any cards that, I'm forgetting, just let me know. How did we get here? There we go. I missed it. What's the idea going to be? Alice? Vincent, I was thinking about that. Like, there's actually some good reasons to run Alice, just so that we can run archives and, like, get value from it. The thing is, I feel stupid not playing Freedom, at least in the start of the Virus deck, because we get extra Virus synergy, we get extra Nihilus synergy, we get extra synergy with cards like Imp, we could play Yusuf, stuff like that makes it really strong. I would consider maybe rebirthing into Alice, but that seems kind of wrong. But like other reasons are to play Alice, just so we do have that pressure always on archives, and then we can set up. Of course, Alice though is a 50 card deck, and as soon as we're doing something where that relies on like drawing the Aesops and Nihilist, if we don't draw that, it's a bad deck. Like it's a really hard call. If anything, I would like to like rebirth into Omar or into Alice, just so that we have pressure. Omar actually might even just be better than Alice, I'll be honest, because we do have Imps. Cool thing about playing Freedom too is that like we actually have, and better than it was with Noise. That's the only better thing about Freedom than Noise is like you actually have a really good asset matchup. And there are a lot of asset decks. Like there are NEHs, there are Gagarins floating around, and you can just install your Yusuf and go, and you'll be in a pretty good spot. Do you play Rebirth and Freedom? Is that a thing? You could consider it. I don't think we're going to, just because this is pretty influence heavy, but you could. I feel like we just need a way to win, and I don't think DJ Fenris is going to give us enough of a way to win. But like, I'm really searching for a win condition, and having that like archives pressure might be enough. I'm gonna move my face here. That seems reasonable. All right, so let's build this deck. First thing about this deck. Oh, this one actually is a bit different. Wow, Immolation Script. That's cool with Noise, not with us. And Deja Vu. Oh fuck, we lost Deja Vu. Deja Vu is like one of the best cards in this deck by far because you put 2 viruses back in your hand. Should be obvious why that's nuts. Especially with Parasite Recursion. And they did print us a recursive card. We did have Labor Rights, and that lasted a couple months before it got restricted, which sucks, because I think Labor Rights is a really cool card. It is a bit broken in Max, but like I think any deck that can like empty itself is going to be a problem with Recursion. I really don't like that they restricted Labor Rights. It's a cool card. So like that's a huge issue. And what's the most similar thing? Like we could do Trope, but it's like slow as fuck. There's no other good recursion. Like what's 3 influence to play Rip Deal? I've never seen anyone play Rip Deal, I don't think. District 99 might help her play Stasia? Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea actually. I like that a lot. Yeah, D99. Yeah, that's really cool. Also for what it's worth, we could play Chop Bot in this deck. Nah, that seems stupid. Yeah, D99, I like that. Good thinking. Alright, let's put some cards together. How do you search for virus? Is like T virus or something? Does that work? No. How do you do it? X virus? P virus? Does this work? How do you... Question mark. How do you... Chat? Labor Rights just need to say as an additional cost to play this card, trash the top 3 cards of your stack. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. I guess you would be right. That would kind of fix it. But a lot of people want to play that when it gets to the end of their deck. Or for every card you trash, you can put a card back. Maybe that's more elegant. Like trash up to 3 for every card trash, you can put a card back. I think that's a good way to do it. I think that'd be more elegant. Thank you, S-Virus. My dude, it didn't work. Oh, it did work. Why? Oh, now it works. Okay, cool. How's it going, Maidan? Subtype is S. All right, cool. Thank you. All right, so let's try and build a brick for Blick. Well, brick for Blick. I'm not trying again. We're gonna put a Clot in there because that's good. We're gonna put Data Suckers in. That's fine. Imp is fine. It's probably not as good as it used to be, especially because we don't have Faust. Lamprey, we got 2 of those. I like Lamprey. We need a Parasite, and whether we're gonna play Chisel, I guess we're playing Chisel. I don't know. I guess we're playing Chisel instead of Tripano. It seems better. We need multi-axis. We have David. David's a good card, especially when we can recur it. And we got a Clot in there and some cash. So what's new here? Gravedigger is honestly like a pretty interesting card. This actually might be worth investigating because this is like the closest to Noise's ability that you can get on another card, and that's kind of fun and cool. Like this on Progenitor with Virus Breeding Grounds is Noise's ability. Am I right? Am I right? Gravedigger or Begat are pseudo Noise cards. The only problem is that we can't run. Like we probably won't have the economy to run enough to like fire Begat. I think your experience with saying brick for brick will be a metaphor for trying to build a Noise deck in 2019. Yeah, maybe. It might just be. Where's our deck? It's all the way up here? Okay. So we'll put the caches in there. Those might get cut. We'll put the David in there. Those are fine. Ooh, I can't tell which one I'm scrolling. Sorry if this is hard to watch. Chisel, Clot, David, Data Sucker, Imp, Lamprey, Medium, and Parasite. Okay, so we don't have a Medium, so we could play an Xer. Wow, we played an Xer. God of War for Faust? Yikes, we can't take tags. There's no way we can take tags. We're playing Pawn Shop. YOLO. So I think we definitely play Amakua. Seems good. Probably play 3 of them. They only played 2 Fausts. Whatever, we'll play 2. These decks also, like, I'm surprised by the events, because the events in these decks used to be different. I've seen some of them, I'm just going to search it up, because I've seen some that played Immolation, Inject. Some played I've Had Worse. Like, I think that's a really interesting one. Most of them actually played more events than that. Good Things on Sale 2015. Noise V, that's 2014. Let's try and find something that's 2016. They're not showing the dates anymore. Big Boy Noise. Okay, that's probably enough. So you'll see that they actually run more events. Okay, this one's totally fucking different. This is just Deja Vu Sure Gamble. I don't like Sure Gamble in a Noise deck. This is also running Sahasrara, which, Dan, I don't think that's... It was a different time. There you go. This one had a Levy, which a lot of decks were arguing about whether this needed, but there you have the Injects. This is probably closer to the deck list that I played. I like the Scheherazade, the single one, but you could replace this with Cyber Feeder. That was the hand signal for Cyber. This is wild. Yeah, that's kind of more what I expected. Ooh, where's the influence on this one? 11 influence. What the fuck? Childless City Grudge Match. What are you doing? That's cool. Cool. Dream bigger, go home. What's the Shaper Virus that adds changes subtypes that could be good with Yusuf? Palangi. It is probably really good, but it's like 3 influence. It's really good with Yusuf for sure. So Deep Thought is a virus that does R&D stuff? Yeah. But I think Deep Thought rotated, unless Deep Thought's in creation and control. Anyways, I don't think we're gonna play Inject. Probably not gonna. We'll do 2 Amakua, I guess. Feels bad. We'll do some Yusufs. We could play Plongi. We'll play a Mimic. I feel like we don't need to play Mimic. Mimic used to be there because of Swordsman. And I'm going to say, fuck Swordsman. Maybe we'll play Mimic. We'll play a card for card and see how it goes. Street Peddler is fantastic. Wildside is the Nihilist. Daily Cast gets pawned. Aesop's Pawn Shop restricted card. Don't need the Chronotype. Clone Chip. We have 3 of those. Grimoire. We actually don't have a really good virus console anymore. There's no more good consoles for viruses. The only one is like 5 credits, and I don't like it. It's Knob Curry. 5 credits. The MU kind of matters. First time it makes successful run, you may place 1 virus counter and installed virus program. I guess we do play that, but we probably only play 1. It's really fucking expensive, and if you can't run a lot, it's like not going to do you anything. It also just seems always worse than Turntable, but that's kind of like the problem. Alright. I'll play one Cyber Feeder because I kept saying the word Cyber Feeder. We don't have Deja Vu. And we're at 39 cards. Oh wow, 17 influence. That might be an issue. I fixed it. Knob Digger is a thing, I guess. Is that a term? Knob Curie and Grave Digger? Yeah, fuck it. Whatever, that's the way to win. Yeah, it works with Imp. It works with Gravedigger. Like, there's reasons to do it. Events. What events are actually good for this deck? And we have no influence, so I'm just gonna do neutral and Anarch. So what's good? We do have the one that puts 3 virus counters on an empty card. Honestly, not shit. Probably not shit. If we play Gravedigger, nah, probably not the worst. Contaminate, right? Like, we just do contaminate, mill. Like, if they're not doing anything, we can contaminate Amakua. Like, fuck it. Whatever. Honestly, rejig also isn't the worst, but like, that's harder to argue. I feel like we need a bit of card draw. Inject is kind of scary because like it trashes literally everything. Are we actually running a Mimic instead of an MK Ultra? What are we thinking? Just stupid. Stimax also the best card, but our breakers aren't very credit intensive, so I feel like this might be an Anarch deck without that card. We could play Gamble again. Our cards aren't that expensive. Some of these decks actually even ran like Technical Writer, which I never loved. Seemed way too slow. I don't know. I just feel like we need to put in a way to win. Like, we don't have enough multi-axis to win. How do you win? Do we just jam Contaminates? Do we put Festers in? Are we at the point where we play Fester? Wait, how does Trapano work? It just gets viruses? I feel like we might need the MU actually for this thing. We'll put another Knob Curie and another Cyber Feeder. Cyber Feeder is good. It's credit a turn, whatever. That's like, I get salty about what's it called? That slow shaper one. If we're going down the road of Gravedigger, Hades Shard, it's influence we don't have. Alright, how bad is this deck? Let's see what it draws like. Again, we really basically mulligan into the green card. No. No. Okay. No. I swear we put pawn shops in here. The thing that's keyhole but fair. How's it going, Horse? We could. That's actually probably the best win condition we could. That's better than Xer. How many viruses did they have? They had 18, but they had Deja Vus. So we don't have that, like, we can't. I feel like 3 Imp is wrong. This was better when they had more viruses, but we could just play another Yusuf and 7 Imp. I feel like that's actually better. Yeah, we could play Stargate, but MU is an issue. It might be better than Xer. I just think like we need as many viruses as possible. I feel like we need a lot of viruses just to get enough value of the Nihilus, unless we play like Virus Breeding Grounds. Oh, actually, we could just make successful runs. That's pretty cool too. Hey chat, does this seem okay? Should we try this? I'm actually like pretty pleasantly interested. We have to mulligan into fuck. We have to mulligan into an ASOS pawn shop. Oh, we're so good. We got it that time. So first we install Street Peddler. All right, we probably take the cash off of it. So we install a pawn shop. I guess then we IFed worse because we want a Nihilus. Didn't get it. That's fine. Yeah, I think this is probably fine. We'll put another Gravedigger in just because we have another Contaminate. And then we'll drop, I don't know, double clone chip for Hostage? No, definitely no way. We'll just high roll it. Hostage is a dead card after we draw our Aesops. Like, there's literally nothing else for it. We're not hostaging for Nihilus. It's way too shitty. Like, I'd rather just play a draw card. Like, I'd play an inject before I play a hostage. I'm big on trying out marginal and terrible ideas. The answer is yes. I like that spirit. We're going to play 46 cards. I don't like cards that get trashed when they get purged. Noise 2.0. Oh my god, I'm starting to sweat through the shirt. Hello and happy birthday! How's it going, Joggin? Happy America Day! How's it going? We got a couple windows open. You get the that keeps happening whenever I hit this. Happy America Day, Net Jogging. How's it going? We're playing Noise Shop 3.0. There's like 6 people playing Netrunner right now on the internet because of the America holiday. Wait, there we go. So, oh, it's 11. The festivities are over, my friends. Apparently it does a transition every time we change scene, excuse me. America. What do y'all do for 4th of July? Is it actually like I think it is, where you all have hot dogs and shoot fireworks at the moon? Like, what actually happens? I've done 4th of July once in New York City, and it was fucking lovely. It was, like, really the best. We were in, like, Washington Heights on, like, somebody's rooftop patio, and we drank a lot of good, like, American beer. And not, like, American beer, but, like, good beer that's also American. Barbecue parades, yo, parades are shit. I don't understand how anyone who's not a child or has a child or is with a child could give a shit about a parade. And if you do, that's great. Like, good for you. That's condescending. Like, I'm glad that you enjoy parades. I just don't understand it. Unless it's like, okay, there's a lot of caveats there. Like Raptors parade where everyone's like having fun. And everyone gives a shit about the same thing. But like, come on, Thanksgiving? Come on. Pretty much that. I mean, sorry until my marching band self is hurt. Ooh, okay, but that's music. That's like going to a show. That's fine. But like when people go by in cars and wave at you, like, fuck, I don't give a shit. Had a hot dog and a hamburger today. Yeah, it sounds America. Jogging rates, all in caps, parades are great. What an idiot. We must wear red, white, and blue top hats and drink until we need to fight each other. Can't be that much, right? You have a 2-party system. There's so many reasons to fight each other. Here in Boston, we're at the edge of being tired of all the championship parades for our sports. Oh, fuck off. You guys are too good. The parades are just a chore at this point. You've never been to Disneyland, my friend. Those parades are great. I have never been to Disneyland. Honestly, not that big into Disneyland or Disney World or kind of Disney in general. I honestly also don't understand the why people would get excited about Disneyland. Although I do have 2 girls. Yeah, I understand kids. Disneyland seems fun. I like going to Canada's Wonderland. Which, as a Canadian, sounds like a terrible joke of a place. But it's like, it used to be Paramount Canada Wonderland. Now it's like Cedar Point or something. It's pretty fine. It's a fine place. Massholes. Friends from New York told me that one. I had a good time. Oh, I knew Maddie was gonna respond to this because it's fun. Yeah, I'm glad you can have fun. That's important. I never got it, but I didn't grow up on Disney, so that might actually be the missing link here. Canada's Wonderland's trash? What the fuck? You might be right, but as a kid, you were wrong. You're probably correct. My favorite one ride at Canada's Wonderland, it's like this big, that sort of thing. It's like a pendulum, but it's like a big old hockey puck, like a big disc, and they strap you onto the outside, and it like just kind of lazily spins in a circle while doing the pendulum thing. It's fucking pleasant. We used to go as kids, and my dad, he's a physiotherapist, and he'd take like, I don't know, I guess you can do this. He would take like his paperwork or whatever, and he'd just take his laptop and sit down on a bench, and we were independent enough to do whatever. And then he found that ride, and I think he just rode it for hours. It's just like the nicest, pleasant experience. I don't know if you all know this one. Rides are fun regardless of interest in Disney. You see, like, honestly, I'm surprised to find out that there's rides at Disneyland, and that might be the beginning of my misunderstanding. Like, I thought it was just like, hey, we can all look at that cool mouse we like so much. I can't believe there's rides at Disneyland. I thought it was all just like Epcot Center, and then that like one where you do a roller coaster in the dark, and the other one that's a big dome for a reason. On the subject of Disneyland World, on principle, anywhere that welcomes giant rodents does my patronage. Yo, that's Canada, unfortunately. We protect the beaver. The beaver is one of the... I don't know if the beaver is the biggest rodent, but it's probably up there with the biggest rodents. Besides like the Chuck E. Cheese mascot, which I think we have that too, but America has more of that. What's the biggest rodent? Oh, it's a capybara. Capybara. So Australia. All right. What's the second biggest rodent? Can I just get a chart of rodent sizes? Oh, thank you, Wikipedia. All right, North American beaver, we're number 4. And number 1 and 2 are a fossil, so we're number 2. It's not your national animal anymore, though beaver is out and polar bears are in. Wait, I don't actually know what our... I'll give you a game in a minute, just finishing this game. Ah, cool. If you make it, we'll do it. Browsers. I actually don't know what Canada's national animal is. It might be our goose. Probably, no, it's a beaver. There's like some weird things that always goof you up. Like if you think what's Canada's national sport, I'm assuming a lot of people think it's hockey. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually lacrosse. Yeah, it's lacrosse. Because all these things are like slightly different than you think it is. Oh, apparently it's hockey and lacrosse. Ooh, Sanjay's in. Sorry, Coco, we'll do the next one. Saraswati, fuck. We can't just like play Glacier, now I gotta make choices? Eh. Wow. Alright, so this is Saraswati and Mnemonics. So like traps abound. We don't have I've had well, I think we actually have 2 I've had worse in the deck. But it's all about running and trashing things is gonna be an issue. We do have the Gravedigger. I think we only have 2 of those. I think we're playing a 46 card deck. No, we're playing 45. I think we only have 1 Gravedigger. 2. Okay. We have the Nihilus, which is good, but we have no money, so we're gonna either mulligan for cash or pawn shop. Wow, that's a really good hand. That's a really good hand. Yeah, Sanjay always runs the Jank. Yeah, I'm very familiar. But like, this is like, oh fuck, this is probably what's it called? The one that lets them put an advancement counter. All right, icing HQ is actually really good because we did have the lamprey threat. So we could actually set up everything and see how things go. So let's just set up everything. We're gonna have to click for a credit here, but like, fuck me, I don't even know if we do it. I think we do this, credit, imp, run. I thought this was a data sucker. This lamprey actually has a bit more value. That's a viral weaponization. I think we're just gonna go ahead and steal that one. I think someone's trying to kill us, so having knife at worse in hand seems really good. And wow, that's a pollen agriplex. Fuck. So we're gonna be drawing a lot, so actually this Nihilus might not mean that much. So they drew 2 cards we didn't see. They might be on the one that lets them give counters based off of the cards we have in hand. They could purge here. It's actually a pretty good purge. Oh, Sanjay's not purging, just icing up R&D. I like that. Yeah, we'll try and spin the counters. We'll spin them off the Nihilist, obviously. So they could trash the top card of R&D to prevent us from drawing 2. It seems like they want us to draw 2. So it might not go well. Because today's Independence Day, as though America is the only country that ever gained independence. I love how India and Pakistan have their Independence Days 1 day apart. It's like you guys can't agree on anything. Yeah, when do they have their Independence Day? I want to face check. 5 credits means like Cortex lock, Aiki. We just don't have the money, so I'm gonna do credit, install, and then we can pawn and then draw next turn. Actually, maybe we don't even need to use the Nihilist. This might just be enough. We can wait. Oh yeah, so we have an I've had worse now. That means we'll probably face check. I think we're just gonna install the lamprey and then start face checking. We also could like run R&D, hopefully they res something. I guess Kamainu is the worst case scenario, but then they have no money. Wow, they probably have a lot of cheap iced. It's August 15th, 16th. Are we gonna mill ourselves? I guess so. 8 credits? Yeah, whatever. We can also use these counters. Like, this is actually just good with freedom. Like, it's just free counters. Ooh, we're not gonna play Street Peddler. We'll pawn that. So we'll just put the pressure on. This actually feels really good. Like, we're getting a fair bit of value off Nihilist. There's the AK. So all subroutines are gonna fire. We actually don't want to draw here. We'll take the damage. Nothing in our hands really good. Oh fuck, they forced us to draw. That's our single knob Kari. Obviously we don't lose it. We lost to David, and we lost to Street Peddler. We don't want to play that Street Peddler, that's perfect. We have an Imp and a Lamprey Fire here, which is really good for us. We'll steal the Yagi Uda. Masscom in the bin. Oh, nice, thank you. Yeah, man, that chat's not scrolling, huh? So we'll steal that. They'll lose a credit, that's really good. We could go through that again if we wanted to. Not really that great. We could also run server 2. I think a single advancement counter seems probably fine. I don't know whether they're running the bee, the apiary, the bee lady. They can't res here, so we can imp it. Could be 2 damage. It's a viral weaponization. Oh, fuck me. We are doing okay for ourselves. We could run R&D. Even if we hit, what's it called? It's not that bad. The big dog. Even Sai Senton would be fine. It looks like they're not resing. We have an imp here. It's a Mani Sanai. We could trash that with Freedom, or we could just trash it with imp. Same sort of idea. And Aesop's Pawn Shop is almost always worth protecting to some extent on the basis of... we need to install this next turn. They might purge on the basis of the horse head. Chisel seems okay. They are spreading their ice pretty thin. This seems better. I think Knobkiri is necessary. We'll throw the Aesops. I don't think this deck is going to be running that card. Sanjay, this isn't grade 8 jank. Yeah, vote intimidation, that's it. Wowza, they must be flooded. They could be, but like generally that's what they're going to do anyways, is jam out that 4-3 and then advance it. And it would blow out our hand. It would be pretty bad. I think we actually might pawn the Lamprey. I don't think we need to draw here. They did go for the Purge, that's fine. So the Purge fucks the Nihilus really bad. We are going to pawn the Aesops, or sorry, the Imp. Now we can install the Chisel, which means we'll draw 2 cards next turn. This actually feels really good. We'll run R&D first. If they res it, there's a chance we can just Chisel that. This feels like Old Noise Pawn Shop. Trojan? I really doubt they're on Trojan. That's a crick. That's an annoying card. Oh, we probably should have installed our Yusuf first. If we install our Yusuf, we can trash the Crick. Crick reinstalls a Mani Sanai, which is actually pretty scary. I feel like we have enough card draw. We'll try it one more time. Now we're actually really good against Cortex Lock too. But this will let us trash the Crick. I don't want him to have a Crick. It's really annoying for us to deal with. We can always trash this if we need the money. Luckily, this is a matchup where money doesn't matter that much. Like, it's not a hard-hitting news matchup. If you ask me, probably Noise Pawn Shop decks are unplayable because of hard-hitting news. Just because you never had a lot of money, and that's like, outside of C-Source, that was like the scariest card in terms of like capitalizing on credit differentials back in the day. But like, you need like 10 credits easily on turn 1 to be able to deal with a hard-hitting news, economic warfare kind of deck. Just clicking for 3. I thought we might get a Purge there. I think we're just going to take our clicks. We're just going to get our Nihilus to fire here. I don't think we want to purge anything. We could actually trash this for 3. I think we actually might want to trash this for 3. We'll see firstly what we draw. We can choose the order. Ooh, they trashed the top card of R&D. You see, like, that's the problem. Is like, they can just be like, fuck it. And like, there's breached domes in here or whatever. Doesn't this get a virus? Oh, this is not Tripino. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I thought this was different. So we are gonna pawn this because we need to get this bad boy down. That sucks. Lot run, I guess for sure. For single, I don't know. Now I would because of the Knobkiri, but it lets us put a virus counter on the Chisel. This is actually really good because they have remotes that they might not want to ice, like res their stuff in. This is not a new remote, mind you, it's any remote. I don't understand what they're getting from this Pollen Agriplex. They don't have a lot of money, like we could run this. I think we're just going to hammer R&D again and again. We had to sell something. Let's see what we draw first. I really want to just top deck a cash or Cyber Feeder. I feel like the money would go really really far. Even a Virus Breeding Grounds in this deck would be pretty hot because of cards like Chisel. Alright, fuck it. I'm going to play the Street Peddler. We want to cash off this. We have a Clone Chip for free, a Data Sucker for free, Imp for 1 credit. All that stuff is pretty good. Installing a Cyber Feeder is rough. I feel like we'll run R&D and then we'll get virus counters and we'll install the Data Sucker for free. Once this is trashed, the Lamprey threat's real, but that's our Clone Chip on there. We'll see if they res here. If they res here, we can probably contest this remote. 7 credits is like just enough that they can res. Like they can't even res an NGO front because Saraswati means they can't res, and that's a really big deal. So we're gonna go pull out our Data Sucker for free. Puts 2 virus counters on there. We have something to pawn. Place a virus counter. Yeah, we'll place it on the data sucker. It doesn't actually matter too much. That's an Anki. We could trash that. I think we are going to. Now we can run again. Is this first time? I assume it would be. Yeah. Cortex Lock would be rough right now? Not actually really. We have no unused... Oh yeah, because of this. It would only do 3 damage. It's not that bad. Could start powering Chisel? We could, but I'm assuming that... Oh yeah, we should put that on the Chisel for sure. I don't know why we put it on the Data Sucker. That's a total fuck up. They have a Crick. Oh, they're just running cheap annoying stuff. Yeah, that 100% should have been on Chisel. There was no reason to put that in Data Sucker because we're going to pawn this. That was a huge fuck up. That's a shame. Fuck, we have nothing to do here. I think we're just going to take a credit. I don't know if this David's worth it. It doesn't seem like it is. There's a big chance the Claude is actually worse. I think the Claude is worth it. At least it's a virus. Yeah, that's a fuck up. How's it going, John? When are you streaming with Patrick again? He was meant to be here this week. He wasn't feeling that good, so he wanted to postpone to next week. So next week is what we said. So he should be here on Thursday next week. So that's probably the Crick. I'm assuming icing up Archive. Archive's Crick actually probably makes more sense. 8 credits is like the really scary point. I wonder if they're on Harvester and other ways to like mill us. I don't know if they perch here. Yeah, they do. Like, fuck. It feels so bad. It feels so bad. So unfortunately, Chisel does not work with Chisel in any meaningful way. And we don't have an Amakua, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pawn that just so we have things to do. Fuck it, let's go. Does this get a counter or no? If you're gonna sell the Data Sucker, why not use the counters for the Nihilus? Oh yeah, you're totally right. We'll get this down. Thank you for pointing that out. We'll scroll down the chat. It's quite a bit behind what's going on. I'm so sorry that it doesn't auto scroll. Never seen anyone in trash cards in R&D to prevent it. It makes sense if they have like other stuff. Chisel also. I can't click on it. Oh, there I did. Yeah, sorry about chat. So they hit the I've had worse. Feels good. Hit the cash. Fuck, that's the card that we wanted. We can always clone chip a cash in. The Lamprey's gonna fire here. It's gonna put him into 7 credits. Oh, we win. Oh, good game. We did what we wanted to. We were rolling. We're putting the pressure on. We were running really aggressive. Like the deck. Thank you. What's in the remote? We hit all 3 virals. Virals would have been pretty bad. We just need to get an Amakua down. We could have actually rolled it. But like that's the biggest problem you see. Like against any Argus deck, against any outfit deck, against any controlling the message deck, we just don't have money. We can get a hard hitting use to the ground. There's an EC Mark II in there. So that we called correctly. That we didn't. So it's just a bunch of cheap ice. Restricted card Excalibur. Ooh. A lot of cheap stuff. And we were like really scared of all this ice and we really didn't need to be. We can actually instantly chisel a Thimble Rig, which is kind of cute. I like that this actually cares about the strength of ice because there's not a lot of stuff that does. What's in the bin? Good question. Good old criminal tech with sealed vault, mass comms, and it looks like we actually milled an Anansi off the top of R&D. That actually kind of feels pretty good. Hey, cheers. Sanjay, also, if you don't know, is a great dude. All right, let's give that another shot. Is there anything we learned from it? I think that we learned how to play Nabkuri properly and how to we can use counters on any card, which I didn't realize. So that's really good to know. Just tuning in, by the way, we are playing a modern noise shop type deck. This is game 1. Maybe it's good. I don't know. We'll find out. Unfortunately, the chat on the side here doesn't auto scroll anymore. It is broken as of the last update. So I'll try and like constantly scroll to keep up with it, but like I will 100% fuck it up. Oh shit, Kronos Protocol. Okay, so they're gonna try and kill us. We have 2 I've had worse, which are really good. This hand is terrible. It's actually really bad to hold multiple of the same card in your hand because I'm assuming that they're playing Perfect Image and they're also playing Salem's Hospitality. So if they can name the same card and wipe everything at it, we're just gonna play around having multiple of the same card, excuse me, in our hands. So we're gonna mulligan this. All right, we have the Street Pillar, which is okay. We have the Nihilus, which is fine too. We do have the early MK Ultra, which is good against those scary sentries. Generally, they run out of money, and I don't know. It's like really hard to build a compelling Chronos deck. Okay, so we're gonna go slow too. So let's see what we have on here. We're looking for the pawn shop. We have the Amakua and the pawn shop, and a cast. So it looks like it's gonna be the pawn shop, which sucks because obviously the turtle's really good. We only have 2. Influence is tight. And they're also probably on Aesop's on Arc Lockdown if they're at like a denial deck, which they very easily could be. We can install something here to pawn it, but we really don't have any good targets. We do have the combo with like a Gravedigger into Contaminate, which actually we might just want to do that over and over again, which is pretty fun. That's actually like a really mean combo. So you just put virus counters on here, merge, purge, purge. But I think we'd want the Nihilus down first, just so that when we install this we get value. Okay, we'll take a credit, throw this out. We're in no rush. Then we can do this. Hopefully draw 2 next turn. And that basically means they mill 4 cards if they want to deny. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh shit, that is a gross ass big beetle. What are you doing here, bud? Could you like not be here? I don't know what kind of bug you are. Not just like go outside, thank you. Excuse me. Card and remote. Hand size -1. No currents in this deck. 1 card in HQ. Urban Renewal. I don't know what this is. Lots of influence on getting assailants for free. Yeah, it's generally like 3 IP blocks. It's 6 NBN cards, right? And it's not that hard. Also, that's almost definitely that they're on slot machine because it shows us what we're drawing, which is really valuable. I feel like we can just let this go. I don't know what this possibly could be. Worst case is like House of Knives. It's actually really bad. Roach is not a beetle. No, we don't really have roaches here. This is definitely a beetle. It looks like tired as shit though. It's probably way too hot for it. It's all good. All right. We'll just hold on, I guess. Standard procedure. Yeah, that's a good one. That's 2 influence. We play with standard procedure is the Nombo though with this card specifically. But it gives you that information. They might still be playing it. I like this card a lot. I think this card's underplayed. This is the only card in Netrunner I'm missing. I lent somebody an enforced curfew and I didn't get it back. So this is the only card in my collection. If I put my collection up for sale, I'd be like complete collection minus enforced curfew. Give that bug some water. I just got beer. This actually could be a single net damage. Like this could be bioethics, which we trash relatively well. Let's see if they let us draw. They might not. Because they can control whether or not we draw, which is like kind of exactly what the deck wants to do. Oh, thank you. Alright, let's go trash something. If we trash something, we get Gravedigger counter. Could we lose right here? Maybe. It's Rashida, so we'll trash that with Freedom. Then we can mill a card. Oh, dirty. So dirty. And I think we'll just play the clone chip, which gives us access to things. Give that bug some beer. I think that's probably cruel. It's a gross looking bug. Never gonna play around in Force Curfew versus Andre now in real life. Yeah, I never have 3, I have 2. So that gives you some advantage. I mean, I kind of wanted that card, but okay. Draw, credit, nothing too compelling. We'll get rid of these counters. We could install the Aesops, but like our money, I don't know. Doesn't matter that much right now. We have nothing good to Aesops because we actually like all our cards. And this is probably some snare or some shit. This actually probably is like a Breach Dome, but Breach Dome doesn't work with this because this is net damage. Oh, we drew 2. Feels good. Our money's bad. We really just need to get this imp down. And like we're never gonna afford this thing. This thing would be good though. We can't even afford to like contaminate. I don't want to play the imp and then just get it purged, so we actually probably just do fuck all here. We have nothing good to wow, they're doing nothing, we're doing nothing. We have nothing good to oh, discount down to 4 cards. I forgot about that. That's probably fine. If they trash the ice, it's fine. And this gives us some nihilist value. I forgot we had 4 hand sets. Could have contaminated the Gravedigger. We didn't even have credits. We could have done credit, contaminate, and purge, which, or mill, which is probably fine. All right. Wow, this is whenever installed corp card is trashed. So if they trash this card, we just got a virus counter because they over-installed on a card. How fucking cool is that? Maybe Patrick would be better since you're poor. I think our cards are too value though. I just feel like Nobkuri is too expensive. Like Grimoire back in the day was like hot shit. We just need like draw cash right here. Cash would be a sick rip. Even like Cyber Feeder would be fine. But yeah, we got a Gravedigger counter. I love how they have to think through this one. Like, ah, fuck. Nice. Nice. So we're gonna install this next after we start running, on the basis that like, do we need the imp? I don't know if we do. Cause like if this is a CVS, which I don't know if they're running, but we could credit install the imp run. I feel like we can trash anything at 3 cost that we can have 4. Whatever, we'll find out. It's permanent Earth Ray is pretty solid ability. It's okay, yeah, it's been pretty fine. If you imp the DJ purges, trading turn for 3 credits, Aesop's right? Sort of. Oh, that's the Breach Dome. We lost our Contaminate. So we're actually gonna trash this, which gets Gravedigger. The Gravedigger actually is like really solid. Like Gravedigger is doing what we want it to do. Oh, MU? Oh, fuck me, yeah, MU, huh? That sucks. Whatever, this chisel is just, oh, stay on page, thank you. That chisel is just for value. Maybe a cheeky bank job would be cool. That's influence though. Why use your ID ability not trash for 0 credits? Oh, excuse me. Yeah, shouldn't have used our ID ability. 0 credits is totally right. We're not gonna run anymore there. We're gonna pawn this for sure. That's a House of Knives if we've ever seen one. So far we milled 4 cards. The Contaminate is a rough loss. I want to run Centros. I think we want to get the David down at some point. So we'll get these counters down first. See what we can draw. Queen's Gambit. Yeah, Queen's Gambit's not the worst. Oh, we fucked that up. That we should have done before beginning a turn. Technically, that's a legal play. That actually matters because it depends on what we drew, but I don't think it should have. Cash feels really good. I want to install the Nobkuri, but I also just want to play the Daily Cast. I don't think we're going to run this turn. We know there's a Breach Dome in Archives. And we'll pawn that next turn. The thing is, like, we just always want to run. We want to force them to do things, but like their net damage is going to hit our best card, which sucks. I think we'll just install this take 2. Or take 1 and purge. Or mill, excuse me. Yeah, Queen's Gambit's not the worst, but like, if they have cards in remote servers, we want to trash them a lot of times. Hedge Fund? I don't know why they need 22 credits. They actually might be on a punitive deck. To some extent, that kind of makes sense. We haven't seen a lot of influence at all. I don't think we've seen any. We've milled a lot of cards. Yo, just purge, mill cards. Oh, they keep giving us stuff. It's so good. Incidental counters on this Gravedigger are really impressive. Yeah, incidental counters, like, Gravedigger got a lot better because like almost every deck is running 3 Rashidas, 3 NGOs. Like that's 6 counters already. That's like super good. Do you really want to trash Breach Dome? Would have gotten Gravedigger if you forced it into the bin? No, because we did trash it. We did get a Gravedigger counter. When it installed Corp card, so we trashed it when it was installed. We got the counter. It was from the remote. We still got it. It's all good. I feel like if we install this, we want to run with it. But we really need to get down our console. Installing that imp might have been a mistake. If they purge, it won't be. But like, we need to get the David down and run, just because like DNA Tracker and Nancy, all that shit's way too bad. We only have 1 more Amakua, which might be an issue. Like, we might actually want to drop a clone chip for Amakua. We also might want to use the clone chips a bit aggressively. Because like Chisel's not that good. Like, we might just want to clone chip. Oh fuck, we got another Gravedigger. Like, we might want to clone chip for a Gravedigger, honestly. Like, that's probably not the worst. It might actually be better than cash. I think we're clone chipping for a Gravedigger. The thing is, we'll always do it right before we draw, just so that we can get virus counters. But because like, oh my god, are they trashing things? And I don't know what else. Actually, clone chip Amakua is probably fine. They could be unswordsman. Oh, we do have a Contaminate. Well, that kind of is easy. I like these contaminates. We're just gonna mill. We milled a fifth of their deck. Feels good. Feels like old stuff. And like always before they if they do advance and we think it's on Geofront, you could always like clone chip for no, you actually can't. There's no timing in the window. But you could like clone chip for I don't know, can you react before they pop? If they res a Rashida, could you clone chip for Gravedigger? I think you can. Before they pop Rashida. Wow, icing up archives feels good. Statistically, there are 2 agendas in there, 100%. Ooh, that's good. I hope that's no Bakata though. So we can pop a Gravedigger. We also could pop an Amakua. I feel like we need Data Sucker Amakua at some point. I don't think we need to pop the Gravedigger. I don't think it's that important. If we do install something here, we can get Nihilus tokens, which seems good. I think we need to trash something. I think we'll trash this for sure. Actually, no. Yeah, we will. Oh, wow. We can do that. And then we can pawn this. I totally forgot about that. That's kind of cool. That's really cool. Oh, wow. That's cool. I like that a lot. That's so rad. Sorry? Whoa, does it know how to use recurring credits? That's super impressive. And I'm not going to install another thing because they might purge, but we could actually run Centrals here. Like, we could run HQ. The I've had worse is actually one of the better cards. We could install an Imp or a Lamprey once we get in, based off of what this ice is. We have the MK Ultra. It's basically DNA tracker we can get through. Ike is kind of bad, but we can deal with it. We could clone chip into a Data Sucker. We still have to pay 6. Oh wow, it's an Afshar. So we just lose 2. That's not the worst. We made them do something, which is good. I don't want to run last click because if we hit snare, we lose the Aesops. So I think we've done enough. I think we'll click for a credit here. Or we could just mill him. Yeah, fuck him. Where'd that beetle go? That's terrifying. Alright, scoring the SSL endorsement. That's great. That's a big agenda. Could still mean they're on punitive. We got a lot of triggers here. We're not going to fire the daily cast, unfortunately. Oh, actually we will. We'll get an extra credit. We're in no rush for our money. So we're going to first pawn the cast to get 3 credits. Oh, apparently we can't do that. So I'll just say in the chat that we're doing it. Fuck. Yeah, totally. Alright, they gotta score that one twice. Which beetle? Is it Ringo? He's the best one. I like George a lot, but yeah, Ringo's probably the best one. Alright, so let's do that correctly. And I'll pawn the Aesops. I mean casts. So we'll just get another credit because we pawned the casts before it got trashed. Well, clone chip is actually pretty strong. I feel like we want a pressure card here, but we're gonna get 2 virus scanners, so we can always just like install a data sucker. Let's run R&D. Whoa, actually, hold on. We definitely want to chisel that, right? Yeah, 100% we want to chisel that. You can pawn casts. We can just chisel this, run R&D. You can pawn cast before you click take that. Oh yeah, we get that for cheaper. So now we can run R&D, and if they don't res, this gets chiseled immediately, which is really great. Yeah, chisel's cool. Low strength ice actually matters. They have 11 credits. They could res here. Kakugo is also a really good target for chisel. We would clone chip chisel. Farming technical counters. Wow, so this is gone. Place virus counter, please. That's an enforced curfew. We can freedom that. It's another trash card. It's not installed. This will actually get another Gravedigger target, which is awesome. So this gets trashed. So that gets Gravedigger. That's fantastic. We could install the Lamprey here if we really wanted to, but like we're already provoking a purge to some extent. I actually don't know if we need to trash the curfew. Complete image. Oh, we'll definitely trash that. We don't know what's on top. We don't have any more clicks. We do have. They might purge here. George wrote my favorite songs. I never fully remembered which ones George and Ringo wrote. Like I know Octopus Garden and like Here Comes the Sun were either George or Ringo. Like the later stuff. All right, they have a lot of money. I'm really worried about punitive, but like we can always go ahead and like we can always like imp an agenda if it's not an SSL. So we're gonna firstly Nihilist. Something is the best. I don't know if I know that one. All right, that's another cyber feeder. We're gonna go ahead and sell the cash. So we can just start lampering here. I feel like getting the imp out is probably more important. So we'll put that down. The current is still up. That might actually matter. I think we like the imp. I feel like they're gonna be holding stuff that matters. Feels like it. This deck looks fun. I agree, hot dogs. It's like the sort of pressure that I remember playing back in the day. Oh man, I love how they made the recurring credits work. Virus counter. We can put on the Gravedigger. That's awesome. Near LMP. We're gonna go ahead and imp it. That's one virus counter. We're just gonna mill. We could run again, but we've got enough value. We're gonna have to throw a card out here. It's not the end of the world. This feels great. Actually, I think throwing out the chisel, or sorry, the clot matters because we have a clone chip. But we're running every turn, so they can't actually like, they can't shipment from tenon on us. All right, provoking the purge, which honestly doesn't matter that much because we can just run centrals here. We are gonna lose our 2-card draw, but we actually don't need to pawn the imp. That's fantastic. The question is whether we want to put a token on the imp or the Gravedigger when we run. That's a really hard question. I feel like the imp will get more pressure because their HQ is probably a bit stronger, but we're gonna run HQ here. We'll put a token on the imp and we'll get permanent imp. I feel like there's actually a pretty high skill cap to this deck. Silence Hospitality, we'll just imp that. We'll just build our tokens back because we can always use the use of tokens to draw too. This deck is fun. This is really cool. Enforce curfew, we'll freedom that. We're just building up the counters, right? Like absolutely pulling them apart. Like they're win conditioned, they just can't hold on to it. I'm gonna tell you right now because I've no out of it. Oh fuck. Do they not have ice? Get out. Holy shit, there's 15 points in archives. Well, and we have to play around complete image, which means we have 3 agendas. Apparently the whole game, every other 5-3 is in archives. Okay, well, I don't know if we can get through this. 18, but they just don't have enough points to win. I don't think they have enough points to win. If there's 15 agenda points in archives, they literally can't. Oh no, they have to score every single agenda. Congratulations. Oh yeah, that's a card. That's a really cool text to read. So apparently 1 and 2 is an agenda. Gravedigger killing time. Yeah, we need to be. It's installed cards though. Like if this worked with freedom, it'd be nutty. I think we have no more contaminates. Yeah, we use both our contaminates. I actually like contaminate a lot. I think that's an agenda. Could be an NGO front. If it is, we still give Gravedigger tokens. We're gonna go ahead and nihilist this, which is so cool. Congratulations, there's only 1 to trash. We have a lamprey, which isn't that good, but we're just gonna mill their deck. I feel like we have enough imp-esque pressure on HQ with the Yusuf that we don't need the imp. We'll just Gravedigg it. House of Knives, okay. So we clear the current. This should provoke a purge. It's a Tori Hanzo. Wow. Oh, we'll imp that. That's really strong with Kakugo. It's a cool card. Put me out of Brazil. I'm trying! Alright, so it's congratulations and apparently that agenda. And I think there's 50 points in archives. I don't think they can win. They haven't fired their ability once. And we just don't have the money to contest. I feel like we need clone chip aggressively as well. As long as you break the ice, we literally have no breakers. That's a huge problem. Oh, they trashed a card. Okay, we can mill them out. Yeah, we're gonna deck them. Like we're just gonna put counters on Gravedigger and deck them. They have a couple which they just not enough turns to win. Congratulations, we'll freedom it, I guess. And then we'll just mill the last one. House of Knives, we'll steal it. I'll trash. All right, they have 2 cards. They can't win. We just can't die. This is a cool deck. It's like feeling exactly like the Noe shop. Like I think our the Gravediggers seem to be a really big thing. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of balancing on how to win, but that's the last card in R&D, so that's a good game. So we just click for 3, they lose. Whatever, I just want to see what we draw. They can't mills. What? Excuse me? If there's no cards, they can choose the no cards option? No. That shouldn't happen. So they have no cards, we'll just click for 3. Or for 4. Good game. Alright. So we have the pressure. We can be pretty rude in some ways. I feel like no one's had good ice. Wow, they have the Kakagos, but like the Chisels actually deal with the Kakagos incredibly well. This is a problem. We couldn't have dealt with that. They're running Congratulations. I feel like, yeah, there's the slot machine. I like that one a lot better. This card's not fantastic. I don't know how they're going to use their money too well. Like, I don't think they're on Punitive. You need to run Archives early so I could kill you. Why didn't they ice HQ? I think they didn't have a ice for HQ. I think they should have put Congratulations at least on HQ for sure. Your Salem image, aha. Yeah, I would have imped an SSL had I found one. I don't want to run Archives. So that's a really big deal, right? Is that because they have ways to punish us when we have 3 agenda points when it comes to cards like wow. When it comes to cards like specifically Complete Image, and they are on Punitive, is that if we see an SSL, we want to imp it so we don't have to steal it. If we see an Obokata, we can refuse to steal it. That was a really big deal. I remember there's like a really good game on this channel. It's one of the first games on the channel. Oh, actually, not even. It's a bit later. Where I was playing against against Alex Loper, a very fantastic player from Ottawa, and he was playing a Noise Pawn Shop against my Titan Mid-Seasons deck, and that was his play. It's like always play with an imp on the table and never steal an agenda so you can't get Mid-Seasons. And then the whole game is like hiding a CVS somewhere on the table and rezzing it right before the axis. Hey, cheers. We didn't even mill that much ice, actually. We milled almost no ice. We just milled straight agendas. So we milled, what did we mill? I think we milled an Anansi. We milled 1 Breach Dome, 1 we trashed. All this stuff we milled. And so we started trashing things, like we trashed this. I honestly think that we milled their entire agenda suite, and then both Neurals, a Punitive, and we trashed 2 Complete Images. So they probably just don't have a lot of ice, because they don't need that much ice. If they have... Like, they want us to get in. They want us to run through, like, Slot Machine. They want us to run through Anansi. They want us to steal the SSL so they can Punitive, Complete Image, Neural. And Salam's, of course. Deck feels cool. I feel like we could tune it a bit, but I don't honestly have strong ideas how just yet. You're just tuning in, by the way. Happy 4th of July. Now this button's broken? What? Apparently the splash button's broken. Is it too hot in here? Imping agendas used to be great to avoid mid-seasons as well as nowadays. It's great to avoid that Memorial Field upgrade and exchange of info. Yeah, you always want to trash those 5-3s. It's also easier, like, right? Like if you hit in the early game, if for some reason you don't want to steal the degree mill, you can just imp it. If you run against like Argus, you can just imp whatever. Actually, is there... I don't remember how City Works is worded, but like that's on Axis, so you can't imp it, right? It's not a cost to steal. Can you imp City Works Project? Is that the only upside for it to being written like that? I don't recognize this name. Ooh, Jemison. That's gonna be fun. So, okay, this deck can be a bit combo-y. There's a lot of pieces that if we trash, we can get in. They have Audacities, they have fast advance pieces that are really good for us to trash. I think we want to just always mulligan for Nihilus and Pawn Shop. This hand's not the worst, right? We have the Lamprey for early pressure. Imp would be also really good. We have Contaminate, which doesn't really work with any of these cards. Actually kind of works with Chisel. Contaminate Chisel is actually pretty good. Maybe we want a 3rd Contaminate. You can't avoid it that way. Okay, that makes sense because it's on Axis. All right, this hand is definitely worse. We do have the Nihilus, but we have literally no money. But there's not that many money cards in our deck. I feel like the econ in the deck is a bit rough. And if this is a kill deck, we're screwed. We're screwed. All right, so that's also a problem with Freedom is like, because Freedom has pressure, they always ice up HQ. So I feel like the Lampreys actually should be cut from this deck. We could always play something else because the Lampreys almost never fire because Freedom has enough central pressure, not like Noise, where you don't need the Lampreys. I hope that made sense. We want to throw this one out. Like, this sucks. Like, this is just a shitty opening. I don't like playing Cyber Feeder and not using it every turn. But I feel like we want to install a Virus. So I think we're just going to click for 2 and throw out a couple cards here. I think we might not need the David. There's a chance we need it for Archer, Tithonium, stuff like that. But there's not that much high strength ice, unless they're also on Surveyor. I feel like we're also going to get bad publicity very soon. So Clot can be good. Clot is really good when we have 2 clone chips. We also could get on Street Peddler. I feel like next turn we want to do 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just face check with Imp. Vincent, the best play is data. Dealing every ice against yellow, you don't win. Yeah, as long as no one wins. That was like with Archives. There's enough points in Archives in that game. We could have just done nothing. It would have been fine. Fuck me. We'll just install this so we don't have to throw it out. It feels bad. Yeah, Cyber Feeder is kind of an econ card. We get 1 credit a turn. This is what's it called? Hostile. That's good for them. We get bad public. Oh, it's a standoff. Okay, so they're definitely on Tithonium and Archer. That David's good. But also this is just a fine card. I'm not trashing this, whatever. We spent too long thinking about this. Alright, so we're gonna go for it. This is a terrible time to run. We have no money. Like, if there's a hard-hitting news deck, we just lose right here. Oh boy. 80 Shard is a card for the next few months. It is. It's influence, though. Ah, there you go. So they res the Archer. No, that's fine. You can trash an Imp. So we gotta chisel this for 3 years. Trapano, better than chisel. That's fine though, whatever. Now the Lamprey's like really dumb. So for those who are watching, I get a comment every once in a while. We're hitting the jack out button. We shouldn't be. In theory, they should end the run, but it's a lot faster than waiting for your opponent to hit a button and communicating about it. It only matters for like au revoir, largely. Alright, I feel like this deck is going to be fast and it's going to be an issue. Let's see if they'll let us draw. Oh, they do. All right, well, we have no money. So I think this is why you want to inject Wrath at worst in the deck. Just so that you can... Is there an advancement on here? Why is there an advancement on here? I'm just going to run. We didn't get hard-hitting news. If this is another Archer, it sucks. The Tithonium would be pretty bad, too. Oh, slot machine. All right, so we get to know what we draw. That's cool. Why is there advancement on there? Oh, because of their ability, of course. I've had worse on the top into Cyber Feeder into Chisel. Those are terrible. We only lost 1 credit, which was bad publicity if I'm not mistaken. Isn't there a Jindeki card where you lose the game if you jack out? You just have to trash the program. That's a June bug. I like their style. That's really scary. So do we want to draw an I've had worse? No, so we're going to run again onto R&D. Do we do... Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's no reason to use our ability because we're going to run again. Armored Surface kind of matters. On this is Street Magic's time to shine. Street Magic's actually fine with Chisel. Like, Street Magic Chisel is technically like a play. So now it's Chisel, Cyber Feeder into Chisel into Data Sucker. So we'll draw Cyber Feeder into Chisel. This is high strength ice. Feels bad. I love this deck. I think Project Junebug is hilariously strong. in Jemison. So we got 2 of those trash, which is actually a big part of the teeth of this deck. If you don't know, when we access, once we commit it to access, if they can find a way to forfeit an agenda, they'll put counters on this and we die. So 2 of those are out. I think I was running decks that had 3 of these at some point. We have to watch out for the Oberth. Again, we could die to, we don't know what they drew. Hard-hitting news could be a thing. We've only seen 3 influence so far. I'm assuming they have 3 of these. It's a really strong card. We could David this. We also could just run other virus, like other ice destruction if we really wanted to. Oh wow, they have the CityWorks project. Oof. So right now it's 2 meat damage if they advance it once. It's 3 meat damage if they dedicate it. It's 5. This might be an Oberth. Could be a CVS. Honestly, don't know. If it's CVS, they might want to res it there. So this draws into a Cyberdex Virus Suite. Sorry, into a Cyber Feeder, into a Chisel, which is not that compelling. Like, oh, our econ's so bad. Like, do we do credit, Cyber Feeder, credit? Then next turn we can install an Amakua. Like, it's pretty rough. We can always just run this and force a res. It seems fine. Like, our hand's not fantastic. If we lose both Amakuas, we're probably fucked. At least we have clone chips. There's a Tithonium. Oh, okay. So that's a problem, because we're going to lose our Nihilist. It's also going to trash the Yusuf. Oh, not necessarily. No, we're fine. Oh, actually, we're 1 virus short. Fuck. Oh, fuck. We could have broke all this. We have 1 more virus counter. We're just not playing around the cards that are definitely in their deck. Yeah, that's probably game. We don't have any money anymore. That's game. We should have played around that 100%. Like, they're on 3 archers on 3 Tithoniums. It's the only agendas they use forfeit, let alone they didn't advance this. Like, we should have just ran archives. Just because if we had 4 counters, we could do boost, boost, break, and then at least we just lose the Yusuf. Could have ran archives twice even. But now we're really fucked. The next card is like, I don't know what it is, but it's not what we want. It's a data sucker. It's also high strength. Interestingly enough, we could just like chisel that and trash it. Feels really bad to not get value. Chisel and slot machine seems okay, yeah, but we have to keep hitting it. Chisel on this is fine because it actually does nothing. Oh wait, no, it trashes our chisel. All right, they've scored 1 3-pointer. That's fine. So we have a data sucker, which is actually pretty good. I think we're just going to do all this stuff just to get this down and put some pressure on archives so they have to like get something in there. Eventually we get the data sucker down, which we install for free. Yeah, we could have used a data sucker on this as well if we got that. All right, at least now we're set up. That's 2 credits a turn. And it's not only for installing viruses, it's also for breaking. So this could be anything. Worst case scenario, it's a Tithonium or an Archer, which they forfeit this for, which I think is totally a fine play. I think we just install the imp and run R&D. Like, we have no money to lose, and we know what we're drawing now. Depends what this is. I'm assuming this is a Cyberdex Fire Suite. Program research events. It's Data Sucker, Street Peddler, Contaminate. The Gravedigger also would have been fine here. So we're just going to access the deck first, because that forces a res if it is a Cyberdex Fire Suite. It's a Psychic Field. Wow, that's rude. There's the Cyberdex Fire Suite. So that purges the imp, that's fine. Oh, we didn't have credits to trash it. Wow, that sucks a lot of ass. Oh, it's bad. That's so bad. We had no credits because we spent all of them on Slot Machine. So we did that in the wrong order. But at least, I don't know what the Psychic Fields are. That's nuts. Rikoko, looks like they're fast advancing out the Atlas. They had the combo. 4 cards in hand. Yeah, I don't think we were favored in this at all. Obviously, we lost a lot. And we don't have enough. I feel like we just need more card draws to make sure that our beginning is okay. So there's a Data Sucker on top and a Street Peddler. I feel like we're just going to run this once. Just because we want... Wait, what's on the top? Yeah, we want a Street Pillar. You need some Technical Writers. I feel like Technical Writers is too slow, but it's something that used to exist in these decks. Maybe. I feel like we definitely do need more money. Even like Gamble might not be the worst now in this deck. Like just play a sure Gamble early so we don't dip low. Do we just like get the sucker down? I feel like we just chisel this and like fucking go ham. No, it's stupid because every time we chisel it, we lose. It just gets purged. Whatever. Chisel and Slot Machine now is really bad because of the Cyberdex Fire Suite. Research event research, so they're actually gaining 3 credits. A Street Pillar into Contaminate Street Pillar, which is a pretty bad Street Pillar. At least it cycles. We can trash the Cyberdex Fire Suite if we access it. Actually, we can't. So we'll do the deck first. As a standoff, I guess we'll steal that. We can't trash it with the Data Sucker. Not like we could. We'll draw. So it's Contaminate into Street Pillar, which is not the best. So I guess we'll just cycle this. So that's, oh, cash. Street Pillar, Contaminate. Oh, it doesn't reverse order. That's cute. Alright, so once we get through the slot machine, we can install the cash, and then fire the cash so we have enough money to trash the Street Pillar, the CVS. Thank goodness you didn't have the turntable after the standoff steal. Yeah, if we had a turntable here, that would have been crazy. You swapped the 0 for the 3. Turntable is so good against these sort of decks. This sucker isn't doing much, no, but eventually we'll trash that. Alright, it's a hostile. We got another bad pub. So, how many credits do we have during a run? Alright, so we're gonna have to sneak this thing out on the table just so we can trash the CBS. It's a program event, so it's Yusuf, I've had worse Contaminate. So Yusuf is actually really good. We don't have the MU for it. Alright, we'll just lock them down. Did they top deck that? No, they didn't. Oh, they might have, right? Because did we trash something? I don't remember what we accessed. So before we access... Titanium, that's fucking scary. We'll trash the CVS now. Oh, we don't have enough MU, that's fine. We'll actually keep a credit. Event, I've had worse, Contaminate, Lamprey. Oh, we're not favored on this one, my friends. It's a Tithonium again, who would have thought? That's the only problem. Okay, so it's like all our 8-tops are at the bottom. It's really bad. Why not trash the cash? Oh, that's a good question, actually. The cash is way worse than the imp. You're totally right. I think we'd be faster to I don't know, actually. So that provokes the Tithonium on there. Oh, fuck. We buried a Yusuf, didn't we? We had a Yusuf up there a while ago, and we just buried it. That's the second Yusuf, so we have, like, no good way to deal with this card. That's really shitty, because this is going to wipe our board. Actually, no, with 5 strength, we could maybe do it. We might want to just like risk it and run archives. That's a Contaminate, which we can contaminate the cash. 2 credit card. Not bad. Lamprey. It's free. Doesn't do much, though. Nihilus. Ooh, that's expensive. So this is a Tithonium. We're fucked. I think they purge here. I guess we have to do it anyways. If it's an Archer, we're fucked. Tithonium, we're fucked. Like, we need the virus counters. Ah, that's fine. We had too many cards in our hand anyways. And tag doesn't actually matter. We lost the Chisel. Actually, that's one of the better ones. We'll run through this all. Oh wait, no, we're running through Cyber Expiry. What are we doing? Stop! Holy shit, wait, no, don't do that. That was so stupid. We can't make a run of that. It's a huge misplay. Alright, well, they spent 3 credits, jokes on them. There's no way we win this. That's a Tithonium. Like, we got blown out by this. If we had another virus counter, that's all we needed. Yusuf's on the bottom 24, we have no shuffles. That's a hostile we lose. We could just David that, but we have to do 3 credits David. Like, we can't. Like, we honestly, to get through this, we have to contaminate, credit. I don't even think that we can do. Contaminate, take it, credit, David, run. Yeah, we have to do it. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, well, oh, we can't even afford contaminate? Oh, that doesn't actually change anything. Because this is only on a card that has no... God, that feels bad. That's so bad. Yeah, that's the thing is, we don't have Nihilus, we don't have a card draw engine. It's kind of just like, that's fine. We'll still get an access here, and we'll get counters. Oh, that feels terrible. Our console's really good. It's just way too expensive. I don't know what we need. We need some burst economy. Like, peace in our time doesn't sound right because we're meant to like pressure them to some extent. We could play that like mem chip that gives us 3 MU. It's cheap. Yeah, they purged. I think we're out of the game now. Whatever, we'll draw on for a pawn shop. We found one. We're gonna pawn this, we're gonna pawn this. Eventually we're gonna pawn this, maybe? I feel like we have to because it's in front of the Tithonium. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, no, we can't. They res this for free. I'm just waiting to draw an Audacity or like the last hostile. Like we don't have a chance. I think we might have buried another David as well. Like, we have no way to getting through this. We need Virus Breeding Grounds or something, but that's like another really slow, really clunky card. I feel like we probably should just concede. We can find another match. Yeah, we 100% know there's Archers and Tithoniums in that. We could prepare for Archer to some extent, but Tithonium, like, we could have at least ran Archives once. Gravedigger? No, none of these cards were really installed, were they? Oh, we were tagged. Okay, well, that's a concede. I forgot we were tagged. Hey, good game. Yeah, no chance. Gravedigger I don't actually think would have done work. There's only one installed card that was trashed. The only card installed that was trashed. Oh, Rococo, CVS, and NGO front. Hey, cheers. I don't think it actually would have done work. We could have contaminated it. It's cool because it like disrupts combos. But yeah, if we don't draw our Aesops, we're in a really bad spot. I think we'll do one more and then we'll modify the deck. Then we can come back at it. I feel like, yeah, we need a bit more card draw. We need more economy. Maybe we can make some changes here, but like, what's not working for us? I feel like the lampreys aren't good, but we need viruses to install it for sure. So I feel like if we put a virus in there, it has to be an econ virus, and I don't think those exist. The cyber feeders are actually pretty nice. Chisels are like okay. To some extent, I actually wouldn't mind trying playing Tripano, because like Tripano just does things and also gets you a virus counter return, which makes it similar to Virus Breeding Grounds. Consume might be better than Lamprey. Used to be in Rob's Freedom deck. How's it going, Riot? Consume is 5 influence though. It's very much an Apex deck. Maybe just add gambles. Yeah, I feel like that can't be wrong. I feel like we just add 2 gambles. We might be in an okay spot. Oh, tragic. Yeah, right? Consume is a super cool card, but it is 5 influence. If we want to go a bit less influence, we could always pay like we could play whatever Wasteland or whatever it's called, but even that is like, if you don't draw Aesops, it's not very good. Trash host sites. Wasteland, yeah, it's also influence though, and I feel like our influence is actually really well spent. If anything, we might want another Amakua instead of a cash, but our money's so shit, I don't like that. Let's just try 2 gambles instead of Tripano, but I feel like we might not have enough viruses. I would maybe want to try like whatever the virus version of Yusuf is for MK Ultra, but like we just don't have the MU. I just worry that this isn't enough viruses. Tripano at least is cool because not only is it a virus, but it generates virus counters on its own. Yeah, Muzazi, but it's like way too much influence. Or not influence, MU. And we already are running into MU problems because this bad boy's too expensive. The Contaminate's pretty solid though. So many programs? Yeah, there's a fair bit, but we sell them, right? Uh-oh. This is slightly broken. That's better. Do you need Clot? Like if you need it, can you count on it? In the decks that you do need, if you just throw it into archives and keep a clone chip up, it's like pretty good. Like I would think it's probably worth keeping. All right, we got the pawn shop. We got the cast. This is a keepable hand. It's gonna be a fast matchup. This is the kind of matchup where Dewan is really good because they generally build like a big old Aesop's what's it called, Jinja remote. But also we have a Yusuf. We're really good at dealing with Jinja because we trashed it for one virus counter. Yeah, Knob costs way too much, but like you saw how good the ability was, right? We got it down. It like won us a bunch of games, but it's like way too expensive. It's no Grimoire, and even Grimoire was like for me kind of expensive. Yeah, we'll keep this. We could try and high roll it. I mean, you kind of need to against this matchup because it's like really fast. 3 ice, wow, very good. That's very, very good. So we want to pressure centrals. Lateral goat, really good tempo. I think we run this first click, just because if it's something we can click through, we can click through. I wish we had a virus counter, I feel like we need a virus counter to do that play. Just because we do need trash Jinja. We don't install this unless we get value from it, so far we're only installing this. So we can draw once more for the gamble. I think we'll credit. I will install the data. Fuck. Because we want to run first click 100%. I guess we'll just credit and throw this out so we have access to it. With 5 credits, we can break 1 like an architect. I guess best case scenario if we face check. If we was running the one I think this will be fun. Oh, great. Oh, it's AAL. Shit. Okay, Gravedigger's going to get some value in this matchup. I still feel like we want to run here. Archives, that's pretty good. And IPO, that's a lot of money. We actually might just get brainstormed off the top. I think we're gonna run here. Fortunately, we don't have a virus counter, so we actually have to pay the 5 credits to trash, what's it called? It's a next silver. That's actually really good because it we can chisel it almost immediately. So I think we're gonna do that, into that. And we'll pawn it. We just need the Nihilus. I see a lot of next in our clock down. No, you really don't. Steven, how's it going? Freedom? Yeah, totally. We're playing like a pawn shop noise deck. It's fun. Do we pawn this? I don't think we do right away. It's just like free value. Let's run HQ. Let's force res here. Oh, actually could be next diamond. Oh, we can get fucked by next diamond. Actually, do we die to one of the nexts? This is a huge mistake. They're running big ass next dice. We can get absolutely like just hosed by big next dice. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're gonna lose to this. Oh, we're fucked. This card always gets me. At least they paid 5 credits for it. Or 9 credits, excuse me. Alright, we lost our hand. We're 3 hand size. And we lost the pawn shop. Okay, so we can die to snare here. It's a Mother Goddess. That's a restricted card. That's technically a next dice. The chisel is like the worst loss. We only have 3 hand size now. Alright. Decks on the Aussies have been enjoying. Yeah, next dice is scary. I don't even remember what all of them do though, because I haven't played them. AAL? Really want that Gravedigger. We lost our pawn shop on turn 3, which is gonna be really bad. So that can't be a virus, right? I mean an agenda. Yeah, they installed an unseen card, so that can't be an agenda. We have the Nihilus, but no agendas to go with it. Or, excuse me, so now we can do this. But even that giving you 2 virus counters is like pretty good value when it comes with freedom. That's a 3rd AAL, man. I really wish we had a Gravedigger sooner. So you gotta read the log. Oh, they purged. Makes a lot of sense. And then Surat seems possible with AAL and next dice. Yeah, they could be. They could be. I haven't seen Jinja yet. I assume we would have seen a Jinja by now. It's really a shame that we got that out after. We can contaminate that at least. They might purge. We did get a purge out of them, which is always a good thing to get. But like face checking here is kind of tough because they have the credits for next diamond, which is only 8 credits now. We assume there's a Mogo somewhere. But we need a chisel. We need to just chisel these down. David would be good for this too. Our MU is all jacked up. Probably the Mogo. There has to be a lot of agendas in there, right? Like, they're not doing anything. Oh, fuck, another ice as well. Trash the top card ID. Like, it's the worst when they do it. It feels so fucking bad. We'll just play that. I don't know. Again, when we lose our ASOS, when we lose anything like the Nihilus or ASOS, it feels terrible. Like, we have no momentum. Alright, I don't know what this is, but this server seems so fucked. They can't res next diamond. That's kind of cool, right? I guess we just have to pressure them. We have to. I don't know what all the next do. I don't remember. I feel like they can't afford any of them besides Sapphire and Silver. And Mogo. Oh, there's Sapphire. Draw up to 3 cards. Add up 3 cards from Archives to HQ. That's a really strong ability. That's AALs for days, right? And shuffle up to 3 cards from HQ to R&D. That's a really good ice. That's a really good ice. Nihilus isn't top 2 cards of R&D? No, it isn't. It's 1. It's so stupid. Why is this not 2? It's so easy to be like, fucking mill 1 card. Assembly lines, assembly lines, assembly lines. Shaft for 3 cards. So that's really good because at least we have the Gravedigger. So if they do assembly lines, which is like an insane amount of value. IPO. Fine. Can't play it. Oh, we didn't actually need to install that. Oh wait, we don't have MU for this. Wait, this is wrong. Sorry. Oh, wait, this is not worth doing by any means. I think we just want to run archives, right? Like, we get enough counters, we can contest that. Again, CVS would be the worst case scenario here, but they can only res the next Sapphire, or Silver, excuse me. Gatekeeper, that's annoying. They can do that. We have a lot of counters. We can get 6, which gets through a lot of stuff. I think we actually want to run this. We can actually just break. Oh, there's 3 subs on that. Okay, this gets a bit dodgier. We might want to click for credit there. If there was a gatekeeper here and go down to 0, it's totally fine. Oh wow, okay, that's fine. So that has 4 subs, so we definitely want to chisel that. We only have 3 hand size. And I think we'll use the data circuit counters to draw. They could purge here, but then we just run archives again. Like 7 Fire equals Doom for the runner. It's so bad. But the AALs are going to be really good for us because they fire Gravedigger over and over again. So we can just purge them out. By the way, CI fast advance with MCA and X dice was secretly the best corp deck until the 0 meta. The time that ended, they banned CI. Okay, so every time they fire an AAL, we get a Gravedigger. This obviously like is like 1 click to give them fucking 6 credits. Like, that's nutty. They recover so easily from this. They do credit, install, fire, fire, fire. Like, that's such a cool combo with next Sapphire. They were really lucky they got all of them in the bin, but at least we could get 3 Gravediggers. That was 1 click. They get up to 7. Or, yeah, or 6 credits for 2 clicks. There's a Surratt, so this is the combo. So this lets them res everything. They res Marcus Batty. So now anytime that they res a card and protecting everything, res another. So they have a Cyberdex Fire Suite. Fuck. Shit. So now they can res another piece of ice, lowering its cost by 2. So they res the next Sapphire for 2 credits. Yeah, we're fucked. So now they can res next Sapphires, next Diamonds for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So this could be a next Sapphire. We have no way here. There's a Surratt. Yeah, we're good game. We are fucked. Sapphire was busting CI using UVCs for Econ Warfares. Yeah. I don't think we have a chance against this deck. The best thing is we have Chiseled. Like, Chiseled's actually really strong. But, like, we need to trash this. Oh, they did trash the CVS. Okay, whatever. Maybe we'll be fine. I don't want to install this, but whatever. Contaminate Turtle, yeah, I think we Contaminate Turtle run archives, but then we still get fucked by next diamond, which is 6 strength. Like, we're just bad at doing ice. Oh, okay, now they can't, right? Now they can't actually protect archives. Unless it, oh no, they have 6 credits because of this. Okay, if this is the next diamond, we lose the game. Oh, it's a Hagen. Even if we contaminate it. Yeah, it's a good game. This deck doesn't have a chance. Yeah, they can res diamond. I forgot they had 6. Well, this obviously fires. Yeah, this ice. This trashes the turtle. We're done. We have to just contaminate the Gravedigger and hope we win. And every time we run through this, they get the CVS back. Actually, running archives was stupid anyway because of the CVS in there. Why are we doing that? This is the worst. Yeah, once an excess sets up, we're fucked. We're totally fucked. We just need to, like, if we had all our chisels, we could actually destroy this remote server. So we need to draw into our 2 chisels, but we lost. We don't have a Nihilus yet. Oh, we do. What am I talking about? Oh, that's another CVS, right? And like, they're just milling us. Like, this is good play. Like, once they're ice up archives, you just never let this thing fire. We're always going to do this first, and if it doesn't fire, we don't ace ups or whatever. Yeah, like, fuck me. It's so rough. Alright, well, we'll do what we can. We have to wait action here, because if they do have an action, they can purge before we can mill 3. Because this could be Cyberdex. But like, oh my god. And if they're on next ice, they actually probably are on some amount of recursion, let alone like if a next Sapphire fires, all the milling we've done is wasted. We're just gonna Nihilus whatever we can. See how much they mill. I'm assuming with next Sapphire, like they can just mill everything. Like feels so bad. So the cash, a Knob Curie, and an Ace Pawn Shop. So I assume we get the Knob Curie out just so we have MU. And I don't think we have to rush this one out. We just want chisels. If we have chisels, this remote falls apart really bad. Like, the remote is the worst part, obviously, here. Is they put all their good eyes here. They just purge, that's fine. It's another cash. There's the chisel. And the Amakua. Fuck! They're both on there! Alright, here we go! Our clone chips are already like really taxed out. This all just like hits their economy. The Amakua obviously is really good. Like, the Amakua is probably better because it can actually get through that. So we just need to find our clone chips. This will find its clone chips. This will find us like 2 clone chips, and we won't have any choice in the matter. All right, yeah, you're right. They'll just reinstall it. It's fine. Oh, oh, we worked so hard, my friends. We worked so hard. Here we go. Oh, hey, we get the Gravedigger counter. Joke's on them. Please, Nihilus fire. I hope they lose to trashing off Nihilus. We'll never know. They're considering it now, though. Which I love. If they consider it, it means there's actually shit in archives. We can David through this? Yeah, because David's not an icebreaker. We can David through this. Yeah, Syrup for days. You're right. They're going to res this. Oh, man. They keep doing it. Yeah, we'll pawn this. Whatever. Clone chip. Nihilist. Chisel. Fuck. Never easy. Like, we need a clone chip for Amakua. That's our last chisel. Feels so bad. Oh wow, we actually do have archives pressure. So we're just gonna keep putting the virus pressure on. We're gonna have that Nihilus pressure. I hope they res something here that's not on agenda. We're still hanging on here. There's 7 cards in archives. Like, that's not inconsiderable. At least Freedom's ability has been great this game. But bad luck for Freedom. Whenever I watch the stream, he never fires. Oh, Freedom's been really good. This deck has actually done pretty well. Yeah, 2-1 is good. They felt good though. I really like Freedom a lot. So we can always David through archives. Any other ice though is a huge problem. Wow, they're not doing anything. Slow advancing. What's on here? Clone chip. I think we need the clone chip for sure. I feel like we don't pawn anything. Like, I don't know what we can pawn. Contaminate would be sweet. This deck needs... Oh, we have no more contaminates. Fuck. So we can always David run through this. Problem is that like it mills with CVS, so I just don't see how... I think we're going to sell the data suckers. Actually, I think we have enough money. I don't think we need to. You're going to win this game because they're doing nothing? I can't believe that they're doing so little. Oh, they gave us a card draw. Feels so good. We have literally no way to break this. We have literally no way to do anything. Like, we can't run because their only breakers are all Virus Powder. It's all Amakua, and they have a CVS Narcos. Like, we have no way into Centrals. That's crazy. Do we run? I don't know if we do yet. I really like Freedom a lot, says Andre on July 4th. Hey, yeah, let's count it. Let's continue to run through Sapphire. No, but then we lose, because then they pull all this shit back. The 3 hand size for what it's worth, it really doesn't matter. But, like, it doesn't matter that we could lose. Honestly, this CVS here is fucking us. I don't know whether we put, like, one Archives interface in the deck. It feels, like, not good. Can we get an Amakua counter after CVS? I feel like no. I just don't know what we could possibly draw into. Nothing else actually helps us anymore. We just need to install viruses over and over again. Like, we need to put like a code gate breaker in here. There's no reason not to. Alright, yeah, we just need to put a code gate breaker. I can't believe we can't deal with next Sapphire. I can't believe we locked out by a CVS and code gates. 2 code gates. Yeah, we need to revisit some parts of this deck for sure. I just don't know what we're drawing it to. Yeah, we'll pay MU for that, whatever. Oh, this is first time a turn? Oh, fuck. I love Archives interface no matter how bad it is. I feel you too. I really do. I think that's a really strong card. Not a strong card, but it's a fun card to play. Feels like when you play me Paperclip Longy, Wu gets purged, I have no rejigs. Yeah. Maybe Nute? Nah. We'll just throw it out. Like, we'll pawn it, and then we'll reinstall it. Ute is just not a great card. And we have no virtuals. I think we have literally no virtuals. We shouldn't have installed this. Imp is good because it gives us like 4 counters, right? It gives us 2 draws, which is going to be our whole deck. Cloud Cypher tosses CVS in their hand. Easy. I think every time I played Glut Cypher, it's been actively bad for me. Glut Cypher is a cool idea for a card. I wish it was just more like sifting and less like spaghetti. Do they purge here? They have 12 cards left in R&D. Like, we need to get another Contaminate in here for sure. And we need to get a code gate breaker. Then I feel like we're in an okay spot. The sure gambles, for what it's worth, have not been played this game, have they? No, but they haven't been drawn. On topic of androids, I've been playing Detroit Become Human recently. It's quite good. I don't have a PlayStation 4. It looks fun though. Or not fun, it looks like compelling. Is it even fun? It just kind of is a story, right? They're thinking, ooh, that's cool. They do that old Purjo. Again, they have 12 cards left in R&D, so it's like not... They can easily score out. They have to just jam a 5-3 after whatever this is. But again, NGO fronts look really bad after Gravedigger. There's other versions of this deck that would run like Corporate Grant and Exotidize, so whenever we install cards, they lose credits, we gain credits. Those are a lot worse though, because they purge. Not only do we lose Nihilist, but like they trash your stuff so we can't ace ups them. It's fun adjacent. Ooh, advance. Man, I can't believe CVS is absolutely disgusting. Imagine there's no CVS. Like, we David archives and we have, like, what? Nothing? Yikes. You don't have any console, Andre? It's mandatory for Ubisoft people to own a Switch in order to play Mario Rabbids? Yes. It's not mandatory, though, but the only console I technically own is a Switch and Xbox 360. Oh, they arc locked down these! Woo! And a PlayStation 2 and a Wii. I was a PC guy. But yeah, I do have Mario Rabbids on Switch. I actually haven't played it yet. I played it at E3 a long time ago. I'm not pawning anything. Alright, we got another David. That's actually pretty hot. I guess we do pawn something because our MU is like fucked. I honestly think we pawn the imp. If we had a replacement axis here, we'd actually get virus counters. Oh no, that's the only one we access. Oh, this is a successful run. Oh, Knob Curie. It's not gonna matter. Oh, I'll make it a David counter, thank you. One agenda. Oh, that feels so bad. You're running a janky virus deck, right? When everyone is teching hard against extra strong virus decks? Yeah, right? Alright, at least we know we can to some extent run this. No, they get a CVS back. It'd be terrible. Ah, fuck. I feel like if we actually had a decoder, we'd be somewhere. We would be somewhere. I feel like we should concede. It's only like 2 more turns, whatever. That kind of been the right play right there, but like I don't know. We don't have a chance here. We just don't have enough pressure on our end. Contaminate would have been good, right? That's another 3 cards out. Plus they draw twice more. That's like 5 more cards. Puts them down to 7. 5 than where you at. How good would Immolation Script have been? Pretty sweet, actually. We would trash the next diamond. We could trash the next silver. It's just mediocre. It's only the next diamond. We actually just trashed a lot of shit. Like, those are really bad. They score the Aqua, so anything they jam here, that's a Vitruvius easily, so we can lose the game. We have no way to get virus counters on a card. We don't. If we also had, like, what's it called? Virus Breeding Grounds, we'd have a chance. Because we could Virus Breeding Grounds on Amaku or Data Sucker or whatever. But as of now, our only option is just to run HQ and just see how this goes. I'm assuming this is Cyber Dex, I don't actually know. Alright, well, we gotta do something, so this just fires. That's insane. If they pull the CyberVex Fire Suite out of archives, though, we can kind of run it once. Hey, Hans, how's it going? Feels like you need Virus Breeding Grounds. I don't know. This deck's already kind of slow. Oh, that's next Sapphire we just found out, I think. Or something is. Oh, wow. They're resing Rashida. We get Gravedigger counters. So we're running this, so they res the Rashida so they can res all the other Sapphires. So this has like 6 subroutines. We haven't found an next gold yet. Drawing cards honestly is pretty bad, but they can just draw cards from archives and shuffle them back in R&D, so we'll never mill them. We just concede here. Is this that good? This Corp deck looks really gross. I really always hated next dice because it's like the opposite of what Netrunner should be. It's like, oh, it's a late game. Now running actually sucks. Which kind of feels like Mitsima Kundo, which I liked. UBG slow, goes to stop the store to lock it. I think we just need a Black Orchestra and we'd be fine. They could have arc locked it down. Hedge Fund next silver, Hedge Fund archive memories next lockdown, and it shuffled 3 cards in R&D. So R&D got fatter. Oh, we should have pawned something because we have to trash here. Hold on. Oh, wow, we have to pump twice. This is the worst. Oh, we missed out credits because we have to trash something here. I guess it's... Oh, they don't have their pop Rashida. Okay, so we don't get counters. I feel like we need the suckers. I feel like we trashed the David, unfortunately. Oh, we could just use a David counter and save 3 credits. Oh, we can't actually do that on the same window. Whatever. We couldn't install Makua here. Yeah, we'll use the Cyber Feeder credits. I just didn't bad order. I mean, next ice is cool. I mean, it's another reason the original Parasite never should have gone away. Yeah, there's just not enough ice destruction to keep the shit in check. Like, at least the balance is a bit better where it's not like these, where they just scaled. It's just the subroutines got stronger, right? Like, the old design, like next bronze and next silver, they just scaled. So by the late game, they were nutty. No. I boosted... Oh, yeah. Hold on. Oh, it's 4. Yeah, right. I thought that was Black Orchestra numbers. Yeah, so they, like, the subroutines get stronger, but they don't get, like, ridiculous, like next silver, next bronze did. I think that's technically better. We're gonna steal an agenda here and win. Ooh, haha! It's a Hagen. Which we could, in theory, trash. Just kidding, we're gonna mill your one agenda. Got him! Can we just concede? I would like to concede. I'm conceding, chat. Except it was like the King of Ice and Andromeda. Yeah, this was so bad against criminals until you like put Breach in your deck. It was still pretty good. But I remember, yeah, like Crowder is like, I can't make value runs. Like one of these on Archives, it costs like 5 to break with Crowder. It's like, fuck my deck. There's no way to deal with this well. Then people play Lamb, right? Like Lamb is good against this. Yeah, we don't have a chance. Yeah, we're unlikely to win. Like, we can't break R&D. We can't break this again, really. We can't let any of these fire, and those are all centrals, and we can't actually get through this. Morningstar, yeah, right? Alright, so I think our deck has no chance against this one. How do we tech against it? We had good money, like we could have just kept trashing and clicking for credits and put a Black Orchestra in there. I think that's a good starting point. I feel like the Contaminates are actually really strong. I feel like they give us win conditions against every matchup. We'll edit that real quick. So I like to Contaminate. The gambles kind of didn't matter, but whatever. We'll play a Orchestra. Now we have that. And what will it take out? The Chisels actually matter. We'll take the Clot out. So far that hasn't mattered. Criminals just security nexus past next silver now. I think if you're playing that, you're already really slow. Thank you. Next, Ariana Grande plays Netrunner. I don't understand that reference. Thank you for game. Oh hey, you too, man. Or not man necessarily. Thanks for the game. Cheers. That next ice is ridiculous. I was so excited that you did AAL. I was like, I didn't get all the Gravedigger tokens, and then it's like fucking Cyberdex Virus Suite. It's like, I'm fucked. It's Fikrin's list. Cool. I think I have no chance against it. I have no way to break your centrals at all. Like we got to put this back into the deck or in the deck at all. I feel like Chisel's probably not that good. It's only really good against next, and that's coloring my opinion of the deck. I feel like 46 cards is also wrong. All right, let's try that. One sure gamble, that can't be right because you can't play around it. No, we had no Black Orchestra. So like we just can't get through that server. The Cyberdex Virus Suite and Archives, like, oh, it's a good game. And I feel like people in chat are saying it too. This is probably the worst time to run a Virus deck. Because like every deck is running 1 or 2 Cyberdexes. Because Freedom is like winning nationals and shit. So this is probably not the best idea. Tech Rider, Vincent, Tech Rider is just really slow. Like it's just again a really slow card. Like it's like, I don't know, we just need money up front so that we don't lose. Acacia's not great because we use our virus counters aggressively. Right, like you install Acacia, it's in your hand for a while, you install for 1, at some point they purge, you gain 3 credits, like, it's not good. Especially in Freedom, who uses the credits, also in the Nihilus that use, sorry, the tokens, and also in Nihilus that uses their tokens. I don't get it. Then I run it and draw like 1 Hagen. Yeah, Hagen's also really rough against Amakua. Like, there's not that many bad face checks. Against HP, it's like, okay, we could have dealt with the Architect. We can click through Fairchild 3. But it's like, yeah, now we have to respect Hagen and obviously the next dice, which is something I don't play around. That rolls you. Like, next gold, that's still around, right? All right, so this is the one ID where our clock could have been better, but we're gonna mulligan. We have some money. We can do credit, cast, and then Nihilus into Yusuf. Are we gonna mulligan this? Are we gonna mulligan this, chat? Tech run is good if you need burst money for a big run, like with multi-X's. I don't like index that run every turn like Freedom. Yeah, no, I don't get it. Hep over Chisel, you're a big virus dependent. Yeah, but 100% we are virus dependent because we have the Nihilist and we have Cyber Feeder. Like, we want to put more viruses in the deck. I think Hippo is a better card than Chisel, though. Stevenson, keep this. This is not bad. It gives us the money to play the Nihilist. Thanks, you too. Has the only money. I don't know. I think we're doing credit casts and then run Essential or something. Actually, maybe we don't do credit cast. Maybe we do credit Yusuf run. Yeah, we'll see what they play. Oh, fine, we'll keep it. I feel like a lot of times we need a high roll, but we could do a lot worse than that. Oh, we also didn't consider District 99, which could have been on the list for sure. That's like recursion. And that lets us bring. Oh, it doesn't let us bring caches back because it has to be in faction, right? D99 is also really expensive though. Sometimes these lists actually ran a career fair. Get double cast down. So they did install, hedge fund install. Okay, so no value, whatever. Oh, Turtle's a good start. Get some stability. Yeah, 4 cards a turn for the next couple turns is pretty good. D99 with Patrick and Aesop's is decent. I feel like Patrick is a bit much. And only 1 MU, which is a problem. Maybe we could just be more aggressive with what we destroy, which I think last game we should have been, but we were really depending on the Gravediggers as a win con, so we couldn't lose them. Install, that's 1. So we gotta count the Mirror Morph triggers. They have to be 3 different. Recurring Contaminates does really strong with D99. I do like that a fair bit. Draws 2nd. The 3rd is Hedge Fund, and now they have an extra click. Draw Patrick, ditch Nihilus to reduce Amakua by 2. That's what I do. Draw Patrick, ditch Nihilus? No, the whole point of the deck is Nihilus. Nihilus has actually been cool. Gotta fire. Yeah, do it. Alright. Alright, so we could poke Essential, but I want the Yusuf down first. I think it's another turn we set up. We got the pawn shop. Nothing really to pawn right now. So we'll just play our 2 viruses. Nihilist actually would have been fine there if we did Nihilist Yusuf. That might have been better. Actually, that probably would be better, Nihilist Yusuf. This is more aggressive, though. I think they have an agenda in hand. We could do Nihilist. We could have done, yeah. Archives, it's really good, and an advancement token there. So where do we swing here? Progenitor any good in this deck? It's okay. It's MU. It's conditional when you draw it. It stops things from getting fully purged, which is actually really cool with Amakua. Yeah, I think Nihilist and Turtle was right. I kind of want to run this. Again, if it's FC3, we click it. If it's Turing, we click it. Hagen's the worst case scenario. Oh, it's a border control, which we actually can't deal with. So they gain credit, we get out. That's fine-ish. So we could run Centrals here. We get punished by FC3 pretty heavily. That's the biggest issue now. The Nihilist has no good viruses to install it. So I think we really did goof the order on this one. That sucks. Once all the Aesops next turn, we can pawn one of these casts. I don't know if we had the money, but Nihilus into Yusuf was an option. I think we had to credit once and not draw. Alright, ooh, ADT, looks at the top 5, lets them install any card anywhere, resing it. Doesn't have to be an ice. That's incredibly strong against the pressure from Yusuf and Amakua. Best case is we know what it is. And they also get a look at the top 5 of cards, so they don't get to rearrange them, but they also give them information. That's an arc in Ichi. Wow, that's not a very common ice. I think we're going to pressure Centrals here for sure. We'll just pawn one of these. So just run HQ, forces a res, they don't have a lot of money. This server we can get through with Amakua. The problem is like border control with Ichi is really good if you're clicking through it, right? Because you just pop the border control. Wow, it's another border control. Fuck me. That's not that bad. That's actually better that's on HQ than anywhere else. They definitely have agendas in there. So we'll run R&D. They know what this is. They could res an Architect here. We'll get virus counters though. And they can't res FC3, which is the best part. It's an Eli. We could actually trash the Eli. We're pretty good at dealing with the Eli. It's only 2 virus counters. I think we just want to get the virus counters. We also go run HQ. I like that. Oh, this is... I thought this was 2 subroutines. We can do it for credits, though. I feel like we should do it for credits. Yeah, we'll get the access. They could pop it here, but that'd be a huge mistake. Sorry if this thing doesn't scroll. SSL, okay, that's money for them. We wouldn't have imped that. We can go in once more. I feel like they have stuff, but we haven't used our use of ability yet. Or our freedom ability, excuse me. We're gonna get 3 more credits next turn. This probably is okay. Yeah, that worked out. Okay, we cleaned him out. We're on game point. I feel like they put a border control on HQ turn 1. You know that there's something in there. I also didn't check if they mulliganed. They just purged. Makes a lot of sense. 7 credits, we can still run archives. I think this ID is programmed. I don't think they're correct. And they mulligan, so their hand could have just been total shit. I'm gonna pawn this. We'll run R&D. If they res that, we can run archives last. But like 7 credits, they can res FC3, which is fine. It's an Ichi. Okay, so we can click, and trace. At least they're down to 2 credits. They're gonna get 3 more on the next turn. We know they have an Eli in hand. We don't want the tag. The brain damage is probably fine. Oh. This deck's good. Wow. Still working out the kinks on this one. I think the idea is programmed. I think they had 4 credits and now this turn was 7 credit plays. So I don't think we had within reach. I think we drew twice that turn though. We could have. Ichi's a card that I definitely preferred the old art of. I agree with you. I like the old art in Ichi a lot more. Not sure the best way to play this. I think the idea is programmed. Yeah, I'm not sure. Does anyone know if this is programmed? Steven, for what it's worth, I think I like almost all the old Byroid art. And I think a big part of it, though, is just familiarity. Like, I can really look at Victor and tell it's Victor or Ichi or Hudson. Like, all the... I don't think Hudson's in the game anymore, or in the card pool that we play. But it's a lot harder. I feel like they had a lot of character. Oh, cheers. You're sporting and get the old art. Oh, yeah, right. You can choose all the arts. That's super cool. They left. All right. Well, hey, it's 11:40. That's probably it for tonight. Happy 4th of July to those still celebrating in America. This is what we got for the list. When it works, it feels really good and it feels like the old noise pawn shop. Back in the day, that was a really strong archetype, but our win condition isn't that good. If they just like block up everything, we're in a really hard spot. That's actually a really big deal. You see a lot of decks are, and I know we're playing Freedom, but have the ability to ice up archives on like turn 2 or turn 3. That's not only a really big deal because of Freedom, it's because everyone and their dog is playing crowdfunding. So like it makes sense that they want to ice up everything. Cyberdeck's Virus Suite is super popular because Freedom is popular, let alone Amakua. So yeah, I don't know if it's the right time to play this, but like you see when it gets off the ground and you have that sort of like train where you're ahead of them so they can't mill to the Nihilus, so you're drawing so you can sell Aesops. Like that, when it does work, feels so much like Noise Pawn Shop. That's a deck I absolutely adored. Just got dark here on the West Coast, so my 4th is just getting started. Thanks for streaming. Hey, Vincent, enjoy your festivities. I'm assuming the dark means the fireworks, huh? Keep those dogs comfortable. And the cats too. I don't think animals like fireworks. That's largely it. We'll be back next week. Pat says he should be here next week. Hopefully he's feeling better this week. Enjoy your weekends. Maybe you have a long weekend because of the 4th if you're in the States. Otherwise, if you're in Europe, fuck them. America, that is. We'll be back next week. Thanks so much for everyone watching the VOD. For those who played games today, everyone hanging out in chat, obviously, all the best. Really excited that y'all can be here and are enjoying doing this at least half as much as I enjoy streaming on them Thursdays. That's all for me. We'll be back next week. Cheers.